Hello,
Ya no
Kokiro.
era tan ya.
Hello. No, no, no. Se quedó ahí, decía connecting.
Daniel Ira.
Kokiro. I don't know
How?
if it was like a 30-second silence of both of us. Beware
Maybe.
of this one.
What's that?
Of
Oh,
this
it's
one.
okay. That's the cocoa shake. The cocoa shake. The cocoa shake. Hello, Daniel Ira.
How are you, Kokiro?
Daniel
It's
Ira.
wait.
I
It's
noticed.
just
I noticed. It'll stop.
oh,
It'll
the
eventually
brushes.
stop.
The do you need something? Oh,
No.
you said I noticed. We're gonna do an underdrawing, and my brain thought, oh, like
No.
maybe you were missing
Oh no.
something.
I'm sorry. No. Thank you. Thank you for asking. But no, I
I don't
don't
know
need.
why I reacted so.
I don't need anything. But now, oh no, I was gonna say that I forgot what I was gonna say.
You
Uh,
were gonna say that you forgot what you were gonna
well,
say?
I was gonna say something, then I forgot it. So I was gonna say that I was gonna say something, but I forgot it, and
So just
then
say
yes.
it.
So I noticed that honestly, it's because I have to move so much that my audio is always like super different. But could you lower the gain on my audio?
On
Because I think I
yours?
was a little bit loud, just a little bit.
Talk again. Oh wait. So this is mine. This is yours.
I think mine is the furthest
Yeah.
right.
I think yours was a little bit
High?
higher.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So it's just an excuse to
Talk over you.
no, to say that you were not screaming as you usually do.
Mind your gain,
Mind your gain,
Mister.
Mr. Man.
Yeah, Mrs. Um, how are you, Danny Lyra?
And it was a lady, but I'm good. I'm good. I
Yeah.
am I have my matcha.
Oh,
Second one of the day over here.
feeling much better then?
It's always matcha better when I have mucho matcha.
Oh, that's
And how are you? What are you drinking?
good. I'm drinking tea, post lunch tea.
Be careful, you're gonna Nicolas.
No, oh, it's not even close to like.
No, I'm just seeing you here. I wasn't looking at the screen. I'm just
Oh
scared.
no, because I don't have much left.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
I was just like looking at the mug, just
no, the awesome mug.
the bad
It
mug.
says a lot of stuff. Let me read.
I said bad mug. Do you like that? Bad mug?
Oh, I thought you were saying bad as in not good. Bat mug. Um, so these are all things that Bruce Wayne or Batman is. So Playboy American.
Okay.
Oh no, I guess billionaire Playboy American billionaire Playboy. Oh, okay. So
It's
it's
just
it's
that.
just yeah, American billionaire Playboy, but it says Dark Knight philanthropist. I don't know why they pair these this way.
Yeah.
World's greatest detective. Yeah, that's what Batman is known for. Let's say supervillain crime fighter. Supervillain crime fighters. What?
Supervillain. Crime fighters. I think they're just
Why
like
crime
throwing
fighters? Why plural though?
because of
It's not
Robin.
Batmen.
Robin and
Well,
Batman.
yeah. Well, in here it says Batman and Robin dynamic duo. Cape Crusader. So, Gotham City. What else does it say?
I think they just
I think that's
Google
about it.
like
Yeah, but they're
Batman
not off.
related words.
They're not off.
No,
I don't like that they mention Robin. You don't have to mention Robin in a Batman mug. Just
well,
give him his own mug.
you could.
He's kind of lame.
No. I mean, if someone mentions you in my mug, I wouldn't be offended.
I was part of.
So,
I was never into Robin, but you weren't supposed to. Like when I was growing up, you just weren't supposed to be into Robin. I think I didn't know of anyone who would dress up as Robin when they were little. Like you just Robin was just there. And in the TV show, in the '60s TV show, he was just comedic, like relief, I guess. Bad puns. Um, yeah, always putting himself like in trouble. Um, always an enabler. Terrible.
Dana was
Eventually,
saying, be nice to Robin.
eventually,
Poor
Robin
Robin
Sita.
Sita.
Robin Cito. Eventually, it became like Robin now is like I don't know how many characters Robin like kind of branched out to, but off the top of my head, I can think of like 6 or 7 characters that at some point were Robin and then became like different characters. Yeah, but very weird, very strange,
Yeah. Now that
very
you were
strange.
saying no one dressed up like Robin for
Yeah,
Halloween.
yeah. Well,
No,
nowadays people probably do.
no,
It's
I
like
was
a
thinking about Robin Sita,
oh right.
and I think she could have the best.
If she dresses up like Robin,
No,
Robin.
she just uses a hoodie, a hood, Robin Hood.
Okay, that's not even.
No,
You know, there's Red Hood is actually. I don't know if Red Hood it was is Robin. I'm not caught up in like Batman lore.
or if she's just in her hood, she's so
Oh,
Robin Hood.
she's just walking,
Yeah, she's just her
walking around the block.
is
That is
Robin
Robin
Hood.
Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If we visit Robin Sita at her
yeah.
house, would we be in Robin Hood's?
And well, in Robin's Hood.
Robin's Hood?
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. Robin's Hood.
We would be that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Do you remember the forest name of Robin Hood? The story?
Gump. No, I'm joking. I
Forrest
don't know
Gump.
them. No.
Nottingham
What's
Forest.
the
Is it
Oh
Nottingham
yeah,
Forest?
yeah. No, no.
I think it is.
Like the soccer uh
Nottingham?
I think you're just
I'm pretty
taking
sure
it
it was Nottingham Forest. I mean, it's the first thing that came into my head.
because of soccer, because of
No.
football. But
Well, it's Robin Hood. You know, he's English.
I-
Nottingham Forest. Yeah.
Sherwood
Sherwood
Forest.
Forest.
Nottingham Forest is
Not-
the team. That's why I was
Oh
telling
my
you.
God. Premier League has invaded my brain.
You are
Sherwood
so
Forest.
yeah,
How far is Sherwood from Nottingham?
a sea, an ocean apart.
No, maybe not. Could you check Google
Oh
Map?
no, because it's in.
Because I'm noticing that Sherwood Forest is a place. So Google Map, I should do. So if Robin Hood wanted to get from his forest, from his end of the hood, for a Sunday match, how far is it?
It is 22.5 miles.
That's nothing. That's. He would have to slightly run like a small marathon.
Yeah, but as soon as you said Nottingham
Fuck
Forest, I
me.
was like,
I could have
no,
thought.
that's football.
I could have bet like my
That
right
is
hand.
foot-
That it was
I
Nottingham.
saw you. I was like, no, that's football,
Nottingham.
and you were like, no,
The
Google
Sherwood
that.
Forest. Is
I
there
know
a?
that.
Could you check it to see if there's a team called Sherwood Forest?
Yeah,
would
well,
be
you're
pretty
trying
cool.
to.
No. I'm saying I was wrong. I'm not saying you were right. You didn't know the answer.
I told you Nottingham Forest is a football team.
Can I?
It's
Can,
not.
can we see if Sherwood Forest is a team? Sherwood Forest FC.
No,
No.
it just goes to
Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest. Yeah, it's like, do you mean Nottingham
Are
Forest?
you one of those? Google says, "Are you one of those idiots?"
Oh, but Sherwood FC.
So there is Sherwood Football Club. I'm sorry, but
It says it's one of the.
what? Sherwood FC.
It's kids.
I mean, it exists. It has a
No.
page. If
No,
it's internet,
Nicolas.
if it's in the internet, it's true. This is not giving me like. First of all, is that Gerard?
Of course not, Nicolas. It's
Oh
like
my God, like a young Gerard
no,
played
it's like
in Sherwood
Gerardo.
FC.
Yeah, that's not Gerard. I'm sorry.
Mm,
It says I'm sorry. It says friendliest grassroots club in Nottingham.
in Nottingham, and it's called Sherwood. Are you serious?
They are
It's all connected.
as confused as you were, as you are.
It is so connected. I mean, I wasn't
Yeah.
of all the forests that I could have said. It wasn't. It was not the. It wasn't like the weirdest one I could have said.
That's a nice way of saying you were wrong, but you were not that wrong.
yeah,
So you were still wrong.
but not that wrong.
But you're wrong.
It's not like saying I'm 50% pregnant. Which like you're either pregnant or you're not. You can't be a little pregnant. This is not the case. I was like, I was
No, but this
wrong,
is like you
but I
saying
was like,
you're pregnant and
I
you
was
forgot you
20
already
miles.
had your kids.
I was 20 miles off.
So you're not pregnant? You were pregnant 2 months ago, but you just
What?
forgot. You said I'm pregnant,
No,
but
no,
you
no,
had your babies 2 months ago. You just forgot about them.
no. That
So
that
you're
is
just like a little bit off. I mean, you know you
worst
had
analogy ever.
kids in your life, but
So I wasn't super off.
you
I
were.
am sure that Robin Hood, you know, traveled to other forests. Eventually, you can only steal.
I love to see how your brain
Eventually,
tries to.
eventually, you can only steal so much from a single forest. You have to branch out to other forests. If he wants to give money to the poor, he wants to steal from the rich to give to the poor, you got to go to other forests.
Mm,
You have to.
for sure. Yeah. You
What is the
can.
nearest forest to Sherwood? Nottingham.
Do you? I mean, are you sure it's the nearest? I don't think so.
Well, I mean, it's close-ish.
But
Close
you're
enough.
saying the nearest.
And he was a fox. He could, like, 20 miles for a fox. That's like half an hour.
Nicolás, eso es como 6
How
horas
fast is a
caminando.
fox? How fast? Could you check how fast if it's going top speed, like a marathon, like the original marathon where the fox has to get there
Yeah,
the
so
fastest.
I googled max speed a fox can run.
Yeah.
Um, red fox or gray fox? Because
I
red
mean, let's
fox
say red
is
fox
slower.
because that which one is lower?
The
Slower?
red fox.
Let's say red fox because that is
So
Robin Hood and
50
Disney.
kilometers per hour.
50 kilometers. That's like 35 miles per hour, something like that.
I don't know. The
Yeah, something like that. So it would take him like around 40, 35 minutes.
it's chilly.
Yeah, I know. Chile's fox-like. I've told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so beautiful. And
Talking
talking about Chile,
Talking about uh, foxy
Nottingham.
ladies. Foxy. Um.
What are we gonna do today
Well, I mean,
in the title?
it's only fair that we pay homage to. Well, you know what? Sherwood Forest could have their orange. Is it orange or red fox?
Red fox.
It could have their red fox as Robin Hood. Nottingham Forest, not as pretty,
Has
not as
nothing.
nice. Has a gray fox,
Is it?
a spotted like a merle gray fox.
Well, I don't know if it lives there.
It's native to
It
Nottingham.
says
Native to Nottingham.
North America and Central America. So no,
So I took it. I took it there.
he took one there.
I took
Yeah.
it there in the 80s.
Uh huh.
It ran off,
Yeah.
and now there's
So
millions.
that's the reason why
now
Robin
there's
Hood
millions. Ecosystem
was
is
not
all,
in Nottingham Forest because you put
You are
the fox there.
connecting all
So
the dots.
he was a
now.
little bit scared. Yeah.
You are connecting the dots.
And in Bogota, Colombia,
We have a gray fox.
we have the best fox ever, who
Uh,
is Chilita.
yeah, chili fox.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a chilling. This is the
Oh, chilling
epitome of
chili.
chilling. Yeah. Uh, we're gonna do a chilling chili. In your arms. She's always way more comfortable with you. She kind of nestles with you.
Yeah. She plays with
Yeah.
you a lot. I mean, she
She's-
plays with me.
I mean, she kind of defers to me when you're not here.
No.
She's just like, okay.
No, she likes to go where you
No,
are
she's
too.
like, I guess I could,
And
I could
sometimes
sit
when
on
I'm
top of his legs.
putting my PJs and like brushing my teeth and cleaning my face, and I go out of the bathroom, you're both like nestled sleeping.
But that's been lately. She's
Yeah.
been like, okay, let's do this, and we just
She
fall
loves
asleep
you.
together.
No, she always goes looking for you. She loves us both, and I'm really happy with that.
Yeah, but she's obviously, she obviously is more comfortable with you, which is totally fine. Like I feel this is fine for me to accept. This is she loves you.
It would be hard for me if she didn't love me.
I know.
No, I mean, if it was you, perfect. The thing is that I've been wanting chili my whole life. So I told you the last time that I was looking at a video of, I think it was like a TikTok video or like a reel on Instagram of someone saying like, I'm finally going to meet the puppy I've always loved, like I've always loved to have in my life.
Yeah.
And they went pick up the puppy, and then it's like some like an like they're telling how it's been with the puppy, and now you can see the dog grown. And they say, yeah, I mean, I was in love with them, but they were not with me. And it's terrible because she tries to like cuddle the puppy, and the puppy always just runs away. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm so happy that Chili loves me.
She's affectionate towards you for
Yeah,
sure.
she loves me the way I love her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So so this is
I think I
chili
complicated.
in your arms.
Yeah, I was super complicated telling the,
Oh,
like,
no.
trying to summarize the real short TikTok,
You
whatever.
made you made the short long.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
Um,
Yeah, but this is our Robin Hood chili from Nottingham Forest.
well, but it's chilling chili.
It's a chilling chili. Yeah, she's
I think that's
already
the title.
so already stolen from the rich, and now she's resting. You know?
Yep. She stole some trash from the park,
Yeah.
ate that trash,
Okay.
and now she's happy sleeping. That's how she is.
Okay. So this is a very different type of Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Why was the gray fox faster? Just because they're bigger? Probably.
I don't know. Let me
They looked.
check.
I was looking off to the side, and it seemed to be bigger.
No, I think.
The drawing, the illustration of the fox seemed to be
Um,
bigger.
mm, no, it says. So the red fox is the larger of the two.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It says they are around 7 to 5 pounds. So I guess
Okay.
5 to 7, but okay.
Yeah.
And reaching as much as 3 feet in length, not including the tail, which can be as
Three.
long as 1 to 1.5 feet in length.
Wow. That's
Gray
actually bigger.
foxes,
I don't think I've ever seen a fox.
but what? This is so. Because it. No, this is wrong. I mean, it says the red fox is the larger of the two. Typically around 7 to 5 pounds, and then it says gray foxes rarely exceed 11 or 12 pounds and are often much smaller.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds
What?
strange.
No, so this other page called AZ Animals says the gray fox is a bit smaller than the red fox and is around 2 feet long without including the 10-inch long tail.
Also, it's considerably smaller.
Oh, so it says that the gray fox goes from 7 to 13 pounds, and the red fox goes to. So this is like a super wide range because it says from 7.5 to
To a
24
hundred. What?
to 24 pounds. I don't know if
What the
that
hell
one.
is that?
Yeah.
Is that like the fattest fox ever? They just found like a really fat one, and they were like, "Well, I guess we
Yeah.
need to change the table."
Yeah, they're so fast that they go and come back, and you don't even notice that they moved. I don't think they can move if they're that big.
Yeah. That's why they say they go from 30 miles an hour to two.
Yeah. Mm, let's see. So let's say hi.
Let's say hi.
So, uh, let me see this. Why do they always like stomp in the stairs?
Maybe kids.
No, it sounds like a
No,
human,
the other
a
day
human,
a human. Yes,
an adult.
you're like an alien. That should be a
No, kids are
human.
aliens. No, I'm talking about.
No, the other day I noticed that too. That I was downstairs, and and I was tired. I think I was carrying a lot of stuff, so I was going to take the elevator, which I usually don't. But there was a kid waiting for it. One of the two brothers. Have you seen them? No. And
I know there's one that went to my school because of the uniform,
oh
but I
no,
don't
these
know
are
if
young. These are like one is like slightly older than Fer, and the other one's like slightly
no, no,
younger
no.
than Fer.
So I didn't knew them when I was in my school. I'm saying that I've seen their uniform, so I know they go to my
Oh,
school. But
oh,
they're like fair,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's probably them.
like
And
dark hair.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay, maybe.
And I think they're fourth floor. Yeah,
I have no idea about
yeah.
nobody
No,
here.
me neither. Me
Just
neither.
the
They're not. They're
dog
fine.
downstairs.
Yeah, we know the dogs more than the
Yeah.
neighbors. Um, yeah, and I went up, and then I heard the kid not wanting to wait for the elevator, and he just started rushing, behind me, and it
Yeah,
was
but it's just
just
like
like,
boom, bam,
yeah, it
boom.
was sounding like he was carrying stones on his like inside
Yeah.
his sneakers or something.
And also throwing some as he,
Yeah.
yeah. Marciel
Mm.
was saying hi. Hey, Marciel. Briley Moreno was saying, hey guys, happy Wednesday. Hey,
Same to
Briley.
you. How's that show going?
Yes.
How many days till the show? I just want to get nervous for you and with you.
Julia Tovar was saying,
Julita,
first comment and question mark.
we
So,
first?
third, Julia. But
No, ni a eso le
you were
atino.
very close, Julia.
No,
¿Qué
ni
hace
a
la
eso.
Julia hoy? ¿En qué anda? ¿Está soleado por allá? ¿Está frío por allá?
¿Cota es que es Julia? ¿Funza? ¿Cota?
Creo que es Cota, ¿no?
No sé. Bueno, no recuerdo, Julia. Me disculpa. Me disculpa la falta de memoria.
Pankernik.
Kernik.
Tiempo sin ver a Pankernik por acá.
Bastante.
Pankernik was saying, hi guys, I quit my job and I'm gonna try and make it as an artist, so wish me luck.
Dude. Oof.
Ooh.
Scary, but awesome. Good luck. What are we what are we setting our sights towards or
Kevin,
at? What are we aiming for?
Kevin,
What type of job or in the arts?
Kevin Christopher was saying, Pan, referring to Pankernik.
Uh-huh.
Pan, that's awesome. I dream of doing that, but I always feel like I need to sort another thing and another thing and another thing before I can. And Pankernik was saying, yeah, I had to sort out some things and take the leap.
Oof, that's scary, but you know what? It's always going to be scary.
Yes.
Like every single thing in life is scary and nothing is assured. So you know what? Just be happy. There's one life.
Yeah.
Be happy.
And also, I mean, if you were thinking about it, and as you said, you just like took the leap.
Yeah.
Congratulations, because it's sometimes hard to get, like, to know that you want something, but sometimes you're just very scared and you never do it.
Yes.
So that's so cool, Pankernik.
Yeah. Yeah. Best of luck.
Germán Rodríguez, o sea, Gabriel García Márquez,
Mm.
dice buenas tardes / noches.
Germán, muy
Buenas
lindo,
tardes,
muy linda,
Germán.
muy lindo esa panorámica que hizo, un paisaje muy lindo que hizo nuestro Nobel. Estaba muy bonito. En particular me gustaron cómo resolvió los edificios, casitas, las edificaciones. Quedó todo muy chévere, muy,
Tengo el
muy,
pelo
muy buena pintura,
empapado.
Germán. Felicitaciones.
Tras de escritor, artista.
Salió pintor. ¿Ah? ¿Quién lo diría?
¿Quién lo diría?
Salió pintor este hijo de madre.
Miriam Díaz, my
Mm,
Cholly Beanie Vanilli,
Cholito.
dice, hello, how are you?
Cabeza de cholito.
Uy, y lo escribió súper bien.
¿Sí?
Uy, hello to you, lolis.
Estar,
No, ya no debe estar. A ver. Let's see. So Dana was saying, be nice to Robin. Isabel Olmedo dice, buenas desde Sevilla. Sevilla Valle, Isabel.
Sí.
Hola Sevilla. Hola,
La, la,
hola Isabel, ¿qué tal?
te pensé que ibas a decir, o la Sevilla menos conocida.
No, no, no. Dije hola Sevilla en vez de hola Isabel. La Sevilla menos conocida es una que dicen que queda en España,
Algo,
algo así.
algo así.
Pero pues la más conocida es Sevilla Valle,
Sevilla Valle, Colombia. El
obvio.
pueblito Sevilla Valle, Colombia de 15.000 habitantes.
No tiene más.
16.000.
No.
No, no era como un estadio completo, ¿no me diste? Como 60.000, ¿no eran? 40.000 a 60.000, algo así.
Cuarenta y tres mil
Yo
setecientos
me
treinta y
acordé.
ocho en el 2020.
Me acordé, porque apenas lo dijiste, pensé en el Campín. Pensé que llenaban el Campín.
Adivina qué tamaño tiene Sevilla en
¿Es
kilómetros
del Campín?
cuadrados.
Déjame pensar. A ver, debe ser 60.000, no es chiquitito tampoco, o sea, 60.000 personas es bastante.
¿Cuál 60.000? cuarenta y tres
Bueno,
mil.
40.000, cuarenta
No,
mil
pero tú,
personas, sí,
ciento seis mil,
pero
no
cuarenta
sé de
mil
dónde.
no son 8.000 personas, o sea, es que 40.000 ya es harta gente. No sé cómo sea la densidad poblacional,
A ver, te
entonces
la leo.
ahí está. No, no, porque si me la dices me das una pista de
Pues
cuántas personas hay por
mejor.
metro cuadrado. No, 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 no. Eh, pero tú dirías, pues dame pistas, ¿tú dirías que es un pueblo atiborrado, como muy concentrado o no?
Es que no quiero dar pistas
Ah,
de
bueno.
nada.
Em, ¿Cuántos kilómetros cuadrados tendrán? Eh, voy a decir, voy a decir,
Está saliendo humo de esa cabeza.
sí, sí, porque
Si
se me
quieres te
hace
digo la
complejo.
densidad.
Se me hace no, espérame porque se me hace complejo y además no sé si solo sea el pueblo o los sitios aledaños. Em, no, déjame y trato de tener como una.
Un poquito de lógica. Me encanta Isabel Olmedo,
eh,
dice Sevilla, España. Si es
eh,
molestando, es que mi familia es de un pueblito pequeño. Mi papá y mis abuelitos eran de un pueblo pequeño acá que se llamaba
uy,
Sevilla. Se
lindita,
llama Sevilla,
voy a
España.
decir, me disculpas, qué pena te interrumpí. Voy a decir como 30 kilómetros cuadrados.
Que mi amor,
60
tenían que
kilómetros
dormir.
cuadrados.
¿Qué? Mi amor, para 43.000 habitantes
No sé cuál es la densidad poblacional. Bueno,
tendrían
¿cuánto
que
tiene?
vivir 100 personas
Mi
encima de
amor,
100
6
personas.
kilómetros por 6 kilómetros no es poco.
Mi amor, creo que
6 kilómetros por 6 kilómetros
eso no es
para meter
nada.
6 kilómetros.
Y que
6 kilómetros por 6 kilómetros llenos de
no, mi
vivienda. Lo
amor,
que pasa es que allá no hay edificios, sí, mentira, son
y
casitas.
todos viven en camarotes,
Pues
camarotes de
no, no, no. En
26
una
pisos.
ciudad, ¿cuánta gente puedes meter en 1 kilómetro cuadrado en Bogotá?
60, me encanta. ¿Te digo cuánto tiene?
No hubiera dicho más de 100.
639
Ah,
kilómetros
no, mi
cuadrados.
amor, eso es qué desperdicio de tierra, mi amor.
No, mi amor, es la tierra más hermosa de todo,
Sí, pero
de todo
¿cómo es
el
la
país.
densidad de Sevilla
65,1 por habitante,
por
60
kilómetro cuadrado?
por kilómetro
Y ahora
cuadrado.
mira la de Bogotá.
Ya te digo. Ah, no, pero depende de dónde leas. Acá dice 65, pues depende en el momento que lo hicieron, si había
Bueno,
una
en el
población
último
distinta.
censo, en el censo más reciente.
Digamos que acá dice 79,73
Ay, tontos.
habitantes por kilómetro cuadrado y en esta otra dice
¿Cuánto era la
65,2.
70 y qué? Entonces digamos 70, redondeemos.
¿70 qué, mi amor?
70 habitantes kilómetro cuadrado. ¿Me dices Bogotá?
Sí.
Bogotá, Colombia.
Uy, jue madre.
Mm, ¿Cuántos somos?
Uy, no, trata de adivinar porque
No,
esto
no,
está
por eso
bárbaro.
es que estoy distorsionado yo. ¿Cuántos
Me
somos?
encanta que diste 60 kilómetros cuadrados,
Pues
mi
no
amor.
sé, mi amor, no sé.
O sea,
¿Cuánto?
Sevilla Valle es un colegio.
¿Cuánto?
No seas tan
¿Qué colegio tiene 60 kilómetros?
huecole. No,
No
pues sí, pero
empieces, ¿qué te pasa? Mi amor, Sevilla Valle cabe en el Campín.
no.
40.000
Ah,
personas.
sí, pero Sevilla no, Sevilla es
Sevilla Valle, por
muy
eso.
grande,
Si tú
diverso,
tienes
hermoso.
problemas con visualizar todas esas personas, caben en el Campín, mi amor.
Uy, Jesús
Entonces no es
saurio
tan complejo pensar,
bendito.
ay, todas estas personas tienen que ir a sus casas y pensar en 36 kilómetros cuadrados, es una barbaridad, mi amor.
No, pero yo necesito ver esto en el 2023. ¿Qué es esto? Mm,
Bueno, pero no me respondes, es que tú tienes conversaciones contigo misma. ¿Nos cuentas?
sí, o sea, sí, ya voy, ya voy.
No, pero...
Es que en un artículo que se llama, en un sitio que se llama sdp.gov.co,
Y no hay una y no hay una no hay una página oficial.
supongo que es esa.
El
Es que mira, es esta,
Bogotá,
Ciudad
sí,
de Estadísticas.
bueno, sí, pero tiene el logo de Bogotá. ¿Cuántos
Sí.
somos? A ver, ¿este
Hay
qué
un
dice?
momento porque es un
No, pero,
PDF.
ay, Dios
En
santo.
ese dice que somos 13.500 habitantes por kilómetro cuadrado.
O sea, 70 Sevilla Valle, 13.500 Bogotá.
Y en este otro, en un artículo en El Tiempo, dice, el resultado sorprende. Bogotá y la Sabana
¿Sí?
con 24.643 personas
Entonces,
por kilómetro cuadrado.
hagámoslo fácil. Cortemos por la mitad. Pues no por la
Esta
mitad.
cifra es 3 veces la densidad de París,
Sí.
más de 20 de la de Atlanta y el doble de la Ciudad de México.
Gracias, viva Colombia, jueputa.
Bogotá,
Mira,
viva
20.000
Bogotá.
personas por kilómetro cuadrado. ¿Sí? ¿Segura? ¿Por kilómetro cuadrado? ¿En
Esto
serio?
decía acá, mira, Bogotá y la Sabana con
Dios santo. Bueno,
24.643
mira.
personas por
Sí, no,
kilómetro
no, Bogotá
cuadrado,
es
es la
muy densa.
región de mayor densidad entre todas las del
Somos muy
estudio.
densas. Es una ciudad muy densa. Es muy densamente poblada. Pero entonces, con la cifra que me acabas de decir, yo bogotano,
Ah, no, sí.
en 2 kilómetros cuadrados cabría Sevilla Valle.
Uy, Dios
En
santo.
2 kilómetros, ¿tú sabes qué son 2 kilómetros cuadrados,
No,
Linda?
un colegio,
4 cuadras.
un colegio.
2 cuadras
Ahora sí,
por
un
2 cuadras.
colegio, sí.
¿Qué? Ni siquiera, sí, no, ni siquiera eso es 4 kilómetros. Supuestamente es un kilómetro. No,
Bueno, las
mentira, 100
cuadras
metros.
acá,
No,
pero
no, no,
las
perdóname,
cuadras
perdóname,
acá,
me equivoqué, me equivoqué. Las cuadras eran creo que 100 metros antes.
no sé.
Una cuadra eran 100 metros.
¿Cuántos metros tiene una cuadra? Una cuadra, 125.39 metros.
Sí.
Eh, no, pero eso dice que en Chile, ¿no? En
No.
Colombia.
Yo me crié, es,
La cuadra es una unidad de área similar a la fanegada, es decir, equivale a 6.400 metros cuadrados.
bueno, yo me crié,
O sea, tú
ah,
dijiste, mi amor, 6.000 metros cuadrados, sí.
yo me crié,
Mira, la cuadra es
ay,
una
Dios
expresión
mío,
y medida de área muy usada en Antioquia, Valle y el eje cafetero. Todo tiene que ver con Sevilla siempre. ¿Ves?
pues con Colombia, mi amor, ¿cómo así?
Pues Sevilla Valle.
Todos decimos cuadra, mi amor.
Bueno, ¿y qué? ¿Qué estabas diciendo?
No, pero bueno, o sea,
No, impresionante.
al menos logré justificar mi pifia dentro de mi calidad de ser bogotano.
Uy, pero qué barbaridad.
Pues sí,
Barbaridad, qué locura. No me lo esperaba, la verdad.
lo que pasa es que uno en Sevilla aparentemente puede ir allá 2 años y no ver a nadie, no encontrarse con nadie, está todo el
No,
mundo
porque en
tan
el centro del
separado
pueblo está todo el mundo. Lo que pasa es que eso es lo que te iba a decir. O sea, está el centro.
y las
Yo me acuerdo que a
veredas.
la... No, pero hay como cuadras para afuera que todavía son territorios, que en el valle, sobre todo en esa parte como cerca a Armenia, como saliendo de Armenia, hay muchas como fincas grandes que hacen como parte de, o sea, hay mucho verde por todo lado.
Sí, pero igual o sea,
No, y lo que dices es que igual yo, pues, o sea, hay algunos edificios, pero los edificios son de 3, 4 pisos. No hay edificios como uno
yo
ve
hubiera
acá.
pensado que no hay edificios en Sevilla
No,
Valle.
una hermana de mi abuelita,
¿Sí?
Anahu, vivía en un edificio. Ah, no, incluso ella vivía en el quinto piso, sin ascensor, me acuerdo. Quinto piso sin ascensor. Y le encantaba ahí. Mm, y es un edificio que queda en el centro de Sevilla.
Sí.
Mm. Eh, Saint Gales dice, la afirmación que Sevilla es la parte más bonita de España puede desencadenar una guerra civil perfectamente. No, pero estamos hablando de Sevilla Valle.
Valle es
Yo
una
dije
región.
Sevilla Valle,
Va-
acá en Bogotá, Colombia.
estábamos haciendo un chiste porque
Ujú.
el valle seguramente
No, es que
nombrada.
yo dije, Sevilla
Mm.
es lo más bonito de este país, pero no estaba diciendo Sevilla, España, yo nunca he ido a Sevilla, España, es lo más
Sí.
bonito de España, sino Sevilla Valle
¿Qué
es lo
sitios
más bonito
tenemos
de
acá?
Colombia.
Acá tenemos Madrid, Cundinamarca,
Madrid,
Madrid, Sevilla Valle,
ujú.
Cartagena, pero creo que Cartagena es mucho más viejo que España, ¿no?
Espérate, busco porque creo que yo había visto un artículo con los nombres de...
Cartagena es re viejo. Los cartaginenses, eso no era como, eso no es historia occidental. Sí, pero sí, sí tenemos bastantes
Mira,
barrios, pueblos,
ciudades,
ciudades que son...
ciudades colombianas con nombres europeos. Cartagena de Indias
Ujú,
y Cartagena, España.
ujú.
Departamento de Córdoba, Colombia y Córdoba, España.
Córdoba, Córdoba,
Salento, Quindío y Salento, Italia.
Salento, sí.
Amalfi, Antioquia y Amalfi, Italia.
Nosotros tenemos Costa de Amalfi,
Segovia, Antioquia y Segovia, España.
Segovia.
¿Segovia?
No, 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 estoy
Ay, yo iba a decir, no, ¿quién dice así?
yo.
Pamplona, en
Pamplona,
Santander, en norte de
la
Santander.
familia Uribe.
Y Pamplona, España. Palermo, Huila, Palermo, Italia. Madrid, Cundinamarca, Madrid, España. Y mira,
Ajá,
acá la gente dice, seguro hay más. Y
sí.
alguien dice, ¿cómo así? Bilbao, corregimiento en Tolima. Eh, Frontino, Antioquia, Frontino, Italia. Sahagún, Córdoba, Sahagún, España. Zaragoza, Antioquia.
Mi amor, apaga esa vaina. Ese lo tenemos prendido, ¿por qué, mi amor? Porque
Porque yo,
siempre está prendido.
porque cuando tú te fuiste de viaje, Florida Valle, Florida, Estados
No,
Unidos.
fantástico.
Porque cuando tú te fuiste de viaje
Sí,
con la Chili,
sí,
¿qué? Y yo me quedé con la Chili, es que estaba leyendo, me tengo que
sí,
concentrar.
por
Cuando tú
favor.
te fuiste de viaje
Sí,
a dictar el taller,
sí. Hace ya un mes y picho.
hace un mes y pico,
Ajá.
yo ponía mucho eso porque estoy sensibilizando a Chile a sonidos.
Ajá.
No lo he hecho contigo porque no creo
No,
que...
no, no. Yo no necesito
Entonces ponía
sensibilizarme.
sonidos de tráfico o sonidos de gente riéndose o sonidos así para que ella lo
No.
normalice y no...
Te agradezco que no lo hagas conmigo, de verdad.
Pensé que te agradezco que lo hagas por Chile
Bueno,
porque sé que
pero
le
ya
haces
podemos
bien.
apagar el coso, yo creo.
No,
Mi amor,
no creo.
está prendido solo para... Y siempre nos está escuchando. Que eso es como lo más cansón.
A ver, Michael McEwen was saying, hi, Danny and Nicolas. Hey, Michael, how are you? Emmy
Hey, Michael.
Klein was saying Sherwood Forest and a happy face. So they knew it was Sherwood Forest when
I
you were
know,
saying Nottingham
I
Forest.
know.
And when you were saying they were very close by, Emmy was saying that's a 7 hour walk. LOL.
I mean, I wasn't saying,
You said walking distance, if I'm not
well, you could
wrong.
walk
So,
it. I mean, it's a
well,
less than a marathon.
I
You could
guess
run
you
it.
could go from here to Sevilla Valle walking too, but
No, no. If it's a marathon away, history has proven that it is runnable. And if it's runnable, it's walkable.
hmm. Dana was saying there is the sheriff of Nottingham, but the forest is Sherwood. So maybe that's what you were.
Fuck me. Thank you.
So
I knew that I wasn't that
Dana had
off.
your back.
Yeah. Oh, who's this?
Dana.
Dana, you're amazing.
I said Dana said, and then Dana had your back, and you, oh, who's this?
Dana, you're amazing. Thank you.
Cacaíto dice hello, 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 ¿cómo van? Hola, mi Cacaíto. Cacaíto ha ido a Sevilla Valle. ¿Qué tal es Sevilla Valle, Cacaíto? Descríbelo, por favor. ¿Qué te gusta? ¿Qué fue tu cosa favorita? ¿Qué fue lo que no te gustó? ¿Y tú consideras, Cacaíto, de pronto ya se fue yo preguntando,
Sí.
que Sevilla Valle es grande o chiquito?
No, no es lo
¿Un
que ella...
pueblo grande o
No,
chiquito?
mi amor.
No, pero...
70.
No, sí, sí, sí,
70.
pero...
Mi amor. Es que no es lo que Caqueiro considere, mi amor. Es...
Pero yo quiero saber qué considera Caqueiro.
No, pues cómo te pareció, pero no es lo que... O sea, uno no considera.
Carla Anglada was saying, hi,
Carla.
Danny, Nicholas, Sweet Chili, and Chat. Hola, Carla. Hello, Carla.
Carla, your painting's on its way
On
to
its
you
way.
today.
Reflection.
This was yes, best title ever, by the way.
Reflection. Yeah.
But
And
Wednesday
today,
is our shipping day, so
yes.
for
And
people that don't know, I'm sorry I interrupted you, Danny.
yeah, don't worry.
For people that don't know, Wednesdays are shipping days because it's the easiest. It's easier for us to have one day for logistical reasons, and since we're constantly asking for permits to the Ministry of Culture because we have to for every single every single piece that we've ever sent through the mail, it has to have a permit. So it's so inconsistent, but it usually, if we had to like say, it usually takes a week. But lately, I I've been I don't ask Danny because I'm always like thinking, okay, it's a week, so I'm gonna start packing. And there's been days that Danny goes like, nope, we didn't get anything back
Yeah.
from them, and after a week, so it is kind of annoying to have to wait
Yeah,
for
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But I always tell people it is like annoying to wait for those permits, but it's also best because the painting has enough time to dry.
Yeah.
So,
And I mean, also we just use one day because we walk there sometimes, but it's like a 25-minute walk.
hmm
So it's not just like around the block, so we could go
yeah.
every day. So it's easier to get
It's
organized like that.
it's sort of
It's
like
more
walking from
practical
Sherwood Forest to Nottingham Forest, I feel.
with a jet in your shoes. Saint Gales dice, ey, 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 ey. En media hora hay directo de Colleen Barry y Amaya
Amaya Gurpide.
Gurpide.
Ah, muy bien.
Muy chévere. Hola, Saint Gales.
Desde Lime Academy. Bueno, si la gente quiere ir a ver ese live y es por Instagram, Zangales, los Zagales y Zagalas.
Sangalillos y Sangales.
Sí. Saint Girls es por Instagram, nos confirma. Y pues yo le diría a la gente, porque pues
Claro,
si se
muy
quieren quedar con
chévere.
nosotros, todo bien.
Aquí
Si quieren ir
estaremos.
allá a ver,
También allá
también
estarán.
está bien. Y vayan y quédense allá, hijo de madres. Gracias por el apoyo. Pero no. Si
No,
quieren ir
muy
a ver,
chévere.
obvio vayan a ver y después ven nuestro video en Repe.
María Cacaíto Pelón
Ajá.
dice, Sevilla es muy lindo, es calientito y deli. Lo que no me gustó fue la estación de bomberos.
¿Cómo así?
Es que
¿Y
en
usted
una...
tuvo que dormir allá o
No,
qué?
si no había cuarto. Eh,
¿Hubo un
en una
incendio?
Navidad, no. Le regalaron a mi prima Anámara, a mi
Sí,
hermana, a Cacaíto y a mí. Lo que pasa es que a mí me dieron la versión chiquita de
sí.
esas como scooters,
Una
patinetita,
patineta, yo
ajá.
diría, sí.
No porque patineta yo pienso en la que no tiene manubrio, sino patineta yo pienso en la de skate,
Es que para mí, yo le decía eso, monopatín.
monopatín,
Ajá.
a la patineta de skate o al de
En
este.
mi época, a la tabla
Ajá.
se le decía monopatín.
Ah, bueno, pero en esta época no.
Exacto. En mi época, o sea, los picapiedras, eso era un monopatín. Y una patineta era manubrios, palo,
Sí, no.
manubrio
Para mí patineta es skate
y palo
y este
vertical.
se llama, sí, no.
Sí, eso es.
Les regalaron uno, a mí me regalaron uno que era como más de plastiquito, pues porque yo no podía tener el de aluminio, el de metalcito ya
Sí,
de
sí,
grande.
sí.
Primera noche,
Ujú.
creo que fue la primera noche, Cacaíto, que se cayó Ana mi mía, o sea, mi prima Ana María. En Sevilla, si uno quiere saber algo, es las cuadras son así. O sea, mi papá dice que él aprendió a manejar bien porque todo hace así empinado. O sea, todo es como cuando a uno
Tocaba
lo
prender
llevan.
el carro como si uno estuviera en un puente.
Y hay unas casas que yo no entiendo cómo ponen cosas en los muebles, porque todo es así. O sea, yo creo que uno
Mm,
entra a la casa y es así.
muy bien.
Pero la casa de al lado como la cuadra, perdón, de al lado de mi abuela, la calle de al lado de mi abuela es empinada. No es tan empinada, pero pues
Ujú.
obvio es súper empinada. Y Ana mi mía se cayó y se raspó toda.
Todavía estoy
Y,
esperando cómo vamos a
un
llegar a los
momento,
bomberos.
al día siguiente,
Sí.
no sé por qué fuimos a los bomberos, Cacaíto, pero fuimos a los bomberos dizque a patinar.
Ajá.
No sé qué estaban buscando mis papás, o no sé si era porque en los bomberos alquilaban para parquear los carros, como que
Ya.
alquilaban una parte como de parqueadero.
Sí.
Y
No es que el carro de bomberos tenga que salir de afán.
sí,
No. Es como
Nunca.
hay un incendio, ¿dónde están las llaves del Mazda?
Y Cacaíto y mi hermana estaban patinando. Las rampas en donde los bomberos es como si un escalón de acá, un escalón de una escalera
Ujú.
normal, o sea, una vaina así de chiquita, tuviera rampa en vez de escalón. Y las dos se bajaron de la rampa y chocaron llanta con llanta y cada una se fue para un lado. Ese es mi recuerdo, yo no sé, pero se dieron un, o sea, un raspón, porque además todas en shorts y todo, y eso era pavimento caliente, y se pegaron unas raspadas todas, menos yo.
¿Qué tenía que ver tu prima Ana María en
Porque
esto?
en esa Navidad a 4 personas nos dieron y se cayó primera noche Ana mi mía, o sea, dañado el viaje, y luego Cacaíto y mi hermana. Entonces la única que podía patinar era yo, sola. Yo pues ya
No,
no quería.
pero tuviste como todo, estábamos tratando de entender por qué bomberos. Y todo terminó
Todo tiene un
en que se
contexto.
cayó mi mía y se cayó tu hermana
Ana
y
mi mía.
Caqueiro. No
Pues
joda.
por eso,
Gracias, gracias por,
en los
gracias,
bomberos.
gracias por lo
Pero
de los
bueno,
bomberos.
dice, lo que no me gustó fue la estación de bomberos, jaja, y la verdad sí se me hacía grande, aunque no he ido en 1000 años, pero me acuerdo que es muy lindo. Tenemos que volver, Cacaíto. Y dice, no me acuerdo si fue la primera noche, esos son unas lomas altísimas, increíbles, unas lomas.
Mm,
Pero sí fue como un par de días después. Creo que tu abuelito nos llevó por algo a la estación. Sí, fue como que nos chocamos y nos caímos y nos raspamos todas. No podíamos ni dormir. Pero se cayeron de verdad. O sea, la rampa, Coco, es esto, mírame. Esto. Y
ujú.
fue así. Y las dos se fueron de lado, pero se pegaron como si se hubieran rodado de la loma donde se cayó Ana mi mía. O sea,
No me lo conectes con Ana mi mía.
todo tiene. Todo tiene además un contexto. Si yo hubiera dicho, no, es que se cayó en la estación de bomberos, pues no
Pues yo estaba
está
tratando. ¿Qué
interés.
suena, oye?
No sé.
Un ruidito ahí.
Ah, afuera,
¿Sí?
¿no?
De pronto. O de pronto es el cosito de pronto. Ah, no sé. ¿Eso o se metió un zorro gris
Sí.
a la
Y
casa?
está dormido en la cama de Chile.
Mm.
Mm, Robin Sita was saying, hola from the vet's office. Is everything okay, Robin Sita?
With John?
Robin Sita
Oh.
with Bob,
And the vet?
the vet.
Oh, what happened
Yeah, what
to
happened?
Bob?
I mean, I know that was your joke. That's
Yeah.
why I corrected you, but uh let's see. Gade Gaby dice, hola. Hola, Gade Gaby. Prince Bones was saying, hello everyone. Chili is already so cute. Haha. She's so cute. And when she sleeps, she's so beautiful.
I wonder if
Eh,
I could make her bigger. I think I got too much into trying to render her.
I love how she is.
Yeah, I know, but I think she has to be bigger.
Really?
Yeah. See, this is what happens when you're talking and you're not paying attention.
Vadim Artamonov Chapenster
Mm-hmm.
dice, hola, ¿cómo está? Nice sketch so far.
Oh, we're gonna start it again. So
Em, Saint Gales dice, bueno, ahora quedan 15 minutos. Ja, 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 ja. No me acuerdo de qué.
pues para que comience la charla, mi amor.
Briley was saying, haha, 5 weeks till the show, and yes, lots of nerves. Oh, but nerves are good with that kind of things, don't you think? It's like a nervous excitement. Like,
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's still nerve wracking if it's and particularly if it's one of your first shows. Yeah, that's
it's,
always.
I think Briley was saying it's the first one,
Oh, dude, yeah.
but it's a, like a good kind of nerves because you're doing something you always wanted to. And it's like the nerves of getting to do it.
Yeah.
So it's good. You know, I was listening I think it
True.
was in Hidden Brain,
Yeah.
an episode about how we understand stress.
Mm-hmm.
and they were talking about how you can understand stress because they always say that stress is gonna kill you. So we're often just like running away from stress.
Yeah.
But they were talking about how some studies have shown that stress can be like a good way to push yourself if
Yeah.
you understand that like as a signal that you care about the thing you're doing, and that's why you're getting stressed by it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like being stressed all the time and like not having your life together because you're stressed and you just think that that's a good sign. No, but they were saying that it's not that good to always think about stress as a bad thing because
Yeah.
it can push you to do like things and to achieve things you want to.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how they have like a in the US there's like a navy when people want to go to the navy,
Yeah.
there's like a test,
A stress test.
like a I think it's called like hell weekend or hell
Okay.
week or
That
something
sounds.
like that. So they have to do like
Sign me up.
exercise and like obstacles and tons of things.
Yeah.
And they were trying to see how people describe the experience,
Yeah.
and the people that were talking about that and they were saying that they were stressed, but they were understanding stressed as a good way at the end were the ones that had more chances to like pass through it because they were just like they knew they wanted to do something, so they were just like pushing through and not letting your brain tell you that you're stressed, so then you should quit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
interesting.
So Briley, after your show, Air Force,
um
you're ready to fly a fighter jet.
Prince Bourbones was saying goodbye Chili version 1.0.
No, it's
No?
already better. I mean, we didn't need to
Como
like.
así good?
Well, because I
Oh,
erased it.
no, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, not this. Nobody's like
No, I thought they were saying
burying
goodbye to.
chili.
No, don't say that ever. No. Mm-mm. Por favor, nunca.
No, I'm cremation for chili.
No, no, no,
Oh,
never
come
ever.
on.
No, no. She's gonna be eternal,
Eternal. Yeah.
eternal. Um, let's see. Jeff Akoff dice, hola Dani, Nico y Chili desde Holanda. Hola Jeff, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué anda haciendo ahorita Jeff?
Empanadas.
Vadim Artamonov Chapenster
Mm-hmm.
was saying, any tips for how to get over the fear of possibly disappointing a client?
Oof. Client that you were commissioned by this client to do something, or what would be the source of the foreseeable or apparent disappointment? Because you never know if you're going to disappoint them. So, but why are you thinking you're going to disappoint them? And what was the job um, that you were hired to do? If it's a dog portrait, I think Briley can guide us here.
Mm. Marcelo Peralta was saying, I thought you were erasing everything. I want to say, quote, just cut the paper to fit Chili in the composition.
No, no, no. She just had to be slightly bigger, and even just that tiny change of moving the eyes up higher, making the nose bigger. I actually kept the little um, mandible and the upper sort of lip here. But just changing that and just making that a little bit higher, it just made it immediately better. So no, no, it's so weird how I know that I shouldn't let myself kind of get caught up in like doing like little mark making and little details. I wasn't doing like a super detailed drawing, but I know better, and even though I know better, it doesn't matter. Like it's it's always like a very tempting trap. So
And thinking about that, what Marcelo was saying about like cutting the paper to fit Chili in the composition, I think that's something you never usually
no, no,
do. I
I
think you,
I very very rarely have done this with anything I've ever painted.
yeah, I think you think about the format that you want to work in,
Always,
and you
always.
stick to it. You're
Yes.
like, I'm not gonna just cut the paper to adjust
Yeah.
the things that maybe went wrong, but you just like stick to it, which is not bad. I mean, I know
No,
a lot of people that
recomposing, yeah, it's totally
exactly,
fine.
but
I I was taught that that was like a cop out.
really,
I was taught, yeah, because I was taught that you're supposed to know how to compose. And one of the first things that you understand, you know, even before you start to set up the shapes, you kind of like create the choreography of shapes that is going to be inscribed in your image. Even before that, you choose dimensions, you
mm-hmm,
choose a proportion. It's not the same thing to compose on a square as it is to compose on a horizontal rectangle, as it is to compose on a vertical rectangle. I mean, they're all different. It's all dramatically different. So um, that conditions the disposition of shapes. So for us, it was always like, okay, what are your dimensions? What's your ratio? What's your proportion? You should have a reason why an image should be of a certain proportion. There should be like the thing that want to say can't be like can't be either here or here. Like that's to me doesn't make sense
mm-hmm,
at all. So so I have to pick, it doesn't have to be one or the other, but um but I would first make this decision, and there's there's 2 to 3 and 3 to 4 and 4 to 5. There's tons of like proportions that are like your regular proportions or a square 1 to 1. So you don't have to like try to do like super weird stuff. Or there's 1 to 2 also if you want like two, which is pretty much two squares. So um yeah, first things first. And so that is a first requirement. And then uh, a part of being an artist or part of being an illustrator for me was that you could control what you wanted to say within that space. um, and part of controlling it was working hard so that you knew exactly, well, not exactly, but you could control it as much as you could with the ability that you had, so that you would, design what you wanted to say within that shape. Um, I'm sure the people that work, for example, for film, for animation, there's a ton of people, a ton of artists that I follow that I've seen do concept work for Spider-Man Across the Multiverse. Um, they, if you're composing a shot, you might as well compose it already in like 69 or whatever, ratio the movie's going to be at, because what's the point? I mean, I know that sometimes you want images that only give you mood, and those can be done in any sort of proportions and in any sort of ratio. But then if you want to give like a very kind of plausible idea of what something that you did in a conceptual stage, in a pre-production stage, can look as if, if as if it's going to be translated into the big screen, then one of the first things you do is you just compose on that ratio. So for me, it was just, it's kind of backwards to think, and this is nothing to do with Marcelo was saying that, with like saying that cropping is something that's wrong. It's just that in my brain, I just don't, like, I'll erase and redraw a million times before I consider just cropping things.
mm-hmm.
That's just how my brain works. Um, I don't know. And it is I think it's a very good way to train yourself.
Yeah,
Because, for example, digitally, this goes back to that video that I always reference about. It's an audio, actually. And I think you can still get it if you search for it. I know where to get it if you search for it, but it's like a pirating place. So I'm not going to, openly just talk about a place that you could pirate stuff. But I'm pretty sure there's pages that you can get that audio, and it's Craig Mullins talking about the difference. I mean, there's obvious differences, but the difference between like analog tools, which in his case is like he's a tremendous watercolor painter. And he also oil paints, but his watercolors are really beautiful or very sargenty. So he's talking about how important it is to have that practice within your, let's say if you're like a digital artist, within your digital practice. And he says that what is important is not that you're trying to like say, oh no, I should, you know, I should, because I'm going to try to honor tradition, I should go back and try to draw with a pencil on a piece of paper, or grab some gouache or watercolor and paint, go plein air painting. um, but what he's like, the point that he makes, which is absolutely true, is that you will never understand the weight of decision making in the same, like through digital art, in the same way that you understand it, let's say in a watercolor.
Mm.
Like there's no, I mean, doesn't mean that you can't redesign a watercolor or reshape a watercolor. For example, Bert Silverman or David Levine, they found ways to like
Yeah,
make
but
watercolor a little more malleable.
decisions are more
Yeah,
definite.
they're a lot more permanent.
Yeah.
So it may sound like it's small, but when you teach your brain that things are permanent, even though um they're not objectively permanent. Like you can always change them. You can always paint something out, or you can always like erase the crap out of a drawing. Even if you draw in pen and ink, let's say, you could put white out. You could do patches. I mean, there's tons of ways that you could like redraw something. So we're not talking about that they are absolutely permanent, but the notion of permanence that is taught to you when you're making those decisions is something that doesn't exist. It just really doesn't exist in digital art,
Mm.
which is great. That is one of its strengths as a tool that makes it super
The
effective.
flexibility
That you
of
can
it,
just
yeah.
try things out. That the amount of people that I see draw that go, this should go over here, and then they go Command Z.
Or they move it. Like they move the
Yeah,
layer to a
or oh, this chili head, they just, I would have been drawing mine and I would have been like too small. You just select
mask
it
it
and Command T and
enlarge it,
transform
yeah.
it and just make it bigger, and that's about it. You don't even think about it twice, because it's just not worth thinking about it, because you can fix it so easily. And the same with like strokes. It's almost like, it's right, this, no, it's here, no, it's here, no, it's here,
Hmm.
no. There's just said like such a, comfort in in this infinite ability that you have to say, I can search for it as much as I want, which is great, which is super. It's amazing. It's one of the strengths of digital art. But the weight of decision making, it'll never be the same. That's why people can be super agile, even in Procreate, or if they had like tablets that are like super cool, and they could be used to like their digital pens, um, drawing on a screen, which is the closest thing to the process being analogous. But sometimes those people, if they've never tried to draw with like a brush and ink, you make them dip a brush in ink and they're horrified.
Mm.
And they could be so adept at drawing. They could be so good at drawing digitally. And as soon as you give them a brush, I'm not saying that they couldn't eventually draw, because if you're good at drawing, you're good at drawing, period. But that
Like the
notion of
transition
like
of it,
of
yeah.
being comfortable just doing that, that's just not in your brain. You've never trained your brain to do that. And guess what? In art, if you don't train your brain to do something, it won't learn it until you do. It won't feel comfortable until you do. So it's the same with you. Like, you're carving right now a piece, and Danny's like the bravest, because I don't know why she never considered modeling instead of carving. Like, modeling is just so much easier. It's so much more uh, um, forgiving than carving. But you picked the hardest thing to do, which is take out.
Yeah. I
But
was
imagine like you carving digitally and thinking that it's the same as grabbing a piece of wood and saying like "Fook,
no.
fook, fook," when all the time that you're carving digitally, you could go like, "Fuck, oh fuck, I took
Control
off the
Z.
nose." It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Command Z.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. I have to make it.
Oh,
Oh, like
command. I'm sorry. I said
Control
control.
Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But your brain would never like. There's no substitute for your hands grabbing a piece of wood
Yeah.
and the fear that you have to deal with. This goes back to fear. Like the fear that you have to deal with when you're saying like this goes over here.
Yeah.
And because you also like I've seen it in your work, like you also want to be committed to decisions. You don't want to be like like you're slowly pecking at something
And sometimes you
because
could
it doesn't look cool. Like
and sometimes you could do that because I feel that when I'm carving, sometimes I want to go slow,
yeah,
but I know, like in my brain, is because I'm building that decision,
yeah,
but it's still like a definite thing I'm doing.
yeah,
Because as you were saying, I'm always taking out, and that's very interesting. Because I was in, I think it was Tuesday or Monday,
yeah,
I had a therapy session, and
yeah,
I was talking to the psychologist about that. I was telling her that I love carving, and I love that it's like definite. And I'm very unsure, for example, when I want to have something for lunch. It's like I can just keep staring at all the list of restaurants until it's night
yeah,
and I can't decide. But the thing that excites me about sculpting is the fact that you can take it back. It's like you have to decide, and when you decide, it's done. So I love that. So I love that part of sculpting by like sculpting by subtraction
yeah.
and not by addition, as you were saying, with clay or something like that, which is amazing too.
Of course,
But I
yeah,
just love to feel that. I mean, once I've done that, it's done.
yeah,
It's not like, oh, I'm shaping these. No, 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 never mind. I'm going to put that again, like add a little something so I can hide the mistake. But it's oh, oh, shoot. I,
you say shit.
oh, shoot. I carved a little bit more than I wanted to. What can I do? Just work around it because you can't really do nothing.
Yeah,
So, yeah, it is so cool.
yeah. So I do. I know that this conversation started with like, oh, just crop it.
Which
Like,
is
what's the problem with it? Just crop it.
and which is something that a lot of people do, and I have to say I've done it before, but I think when I've done it, which is not that usually.
I mean, it's not a sin,
No, no,
right?
no, no, no.
There's nothing wrong with
No,
it, by
but
the way.
I was going to say that the times I've done that is
Yeah,
because I was thinking of the drawing or the painting more like I was building it more organically. So I when the painting started developing, I realized that I wanted this to be the spotlight.
right.
So while I'm working on it, I decide to cut that part down and just like concentrate in this. So it's not like I'm trying to adjust at the end, like, oh, it kind of looks funky here. I'm just gonna cut that and not think about that problem. But because something really got me enamored of the image that I was doing, so I want to focus on that. I don't know if that makes sense or if
Yeah, no, if it
that
makes sense
feels
for you.
different, but I think I've done that 2 times and I was like, oh, 100% I have to do that. So it wasn't like because of a struggle, but because of a decision. I don't know.
Yeah, no, like I said, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that being part of a practice. I mean, there's so much art that was done latter half of the 20th century that was done by reshaping.
Yeah.
That was done by assessing a composition. That's
Which can
totally
be
fine.
very cool too.
Yeah, you could find like, you know, if you do like a huge abstract painting, let's say, you could make one big abstract painting
Yeah.
into three different abstract paintings.
Or like collage artists
Yeah,
that
no,
just have like pieces and start moving things around. So they have 8 different compositions and then they go with the one they like more.
yeah, yeah,
So it's
yeah. So I just need to. This is not like a good or bad
no,
thing.
not at all.
That's why I said like this is the way I was trained. and this is why I feel it so important. But and that's why the Craig Mullins talk, ever since I heard it, I don't know how long ago, like 12, 13, 14 years ago, however old that talk is, like 10 years ago. Um, it was always amazing to me, because to me, he's like, Craig Mullins is like Jesus, digital Jesus, the Jesus. So,
You were right there. I was gonna say
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. So he understands the industry like nobody else. He has the range to do absolutely anything. I hope that people don't go like, "Oh, there we go, Craig Mullins again." I think Craig Mullins is like kind of like Kim Jong Gi in that sense. He's like OG.
Hmm.
Craig Mullins is like, I remember forums, years ago when he would post his it wasn't quite like ASCII paintings. It was I forget what those were called. Just little, dot paintings that he would do, and I remember he would have a tank, and he would do like these other ones, like super complex, just out of like, the super basic graphics that the computer at that time would let you. And he was doing like incredibly complex stuff. So he like, his mind understands, you know how to use technology. It's so amazing. I've often said that I think Photoshop moved initially, like some of these first Photoshops that actually laid the groundwork to, to what almost every single like digital painting tool, like software, is right now. Because Photoshop, and then Corel, and now
Procreate.
Procreate, they're all born from those, primitive Photoshop. I've always said that, like, it moved in terms of, like, for artists, um, or it was pushed by Dave McKean and Craig Mullins. I
Mm-hmm.
really think that, they understood how to push that tool into something that then eventually, thousands, tens of thousands of people like copied around the world. Um, so, he understands what he's talking about. And for him to say, these are the values that digital art has, but also remind yourself that these are the values that just, again, pen and paper, or watercolor and paper and a brush has. Like, it just has like this inherent value, not because a watercolor is more valuable than a digital painting, but the thing that a watercolor can teach you cannot be taught by a digital painting. And that's the most important aspect of that. Like, the making of a watercolor, the lessons that are born from the making of a watercolor can only be um, can only be gotten from making a watercolor.
Mm-hmm.
Can only be um, uh, sort of extracted from the making of a watercolor. That's why it's super important to remind yourself, like, hey, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been, probably working on this VizDev, tons of, paintings for VizDev for this past year and a half. Let me go and paint outside for a month.
Wait, I'm.
Are you
It's
okay?
the third time they're calling, so I'm gonna.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. So I'll talk about the chili drawing. I Even though I'm getting a little bit tighter, yeah, I don't think I was going to tell you. I don't think that's anything important, but
But it was
it's good
third
to.
time.
I know,
I
I
mean,
know.
I was like, do they need something?
No, it's good to answer it just so that you're comfortable. But yeah, no, that's just, it's
No.
garbage.
I think it's weird how now you get three different calls, because I remember
Well, it's their
some
job
time
to.
ago. No, 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 no. Yeah, but I just thought it was something
It's their
else.
job to be persistent.
Yeah.
Let's say.
So Cody, we need. Oh, were you saying something? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just in terms of composition, I wanted to feel like it's a very lively painting, in the sense that it was that it just feels very kind of effortless in the end. But we're going through great efforts to try to make it seem effortless. So we'll see if that works.
Cody Winnicky. Estaba temblando.
No.
Cody Winnicky was saying, "Hey guys, I'm so glad to have an excuse to stop pulling weeds." And Prince Barebones was saying, "Cody Winnicky, earlier I had the motivation to mow the lawn, and I got halfway through when my mower ran out of battery. This a sign to take a break, haha."
Yeah,
And
that was God.
Cody was saying, "Prince Barebones, either the mower dies or you notice your favorite YouTube channel is live streaming. Either way, who are we to ignore the universe?" And
Yeah, come on. Weeds can always weeds will grow again.
yeah.
Yeah, that can wait.
And that's so nice, Cody. You were saying that's your favorite YouTube channel. Daniel Martins.
That and weedwhacking.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two are amazing.
No. I think
Our
Cody would
weeded
not
life.
wouldn't see anything related to wheat.
To weeds?
No.
No, weeds. Like
I said
maleza.
wheat, pues obvio.
Yeah, not well. Maybe weed too.
No, I'm saying that if he was waiting for any reason to stop mowing the lawn,
Yeah.
he wouldn't be interested in a channel that was talking
Maybe
about that.
when he's watching us, he gets distracted by
Yeah.
our weeded life.
I want to mow the lawn now. What a shame. Daniel Martins dice que lindo. Hola, Daniel Martins. Mau Razo dice, hola, Dani y Nicolás. ¿Ven que les conté que iré de intercambio a la Universidad de los Andes?
Ah,
Ya
muy
estoy buscando hospedaje. ¿Me
bueno.
podrían contar algunas zonas seguras para quedarme?
Pues,
Mm,
o sea, no quiero decir que es que haya zonas seguras o inseguras en Bogotá. Seguramente, estadísticamente hay zonas seguras y zonas inseguras, pero también todo depende. Yo le sugeriría que se contacte con la universidad
sí, normalmente tienen...
y la universidad le puede decir dónde, en qué barrios, a qué barrios les sugiere a los estudiantes que, digamos, vienen de otras ciudades o de otros países, cuáles barrios les sugiere a ellos para que les quede de fácil acceso, que no
Sí,
tengan, porque Los Andes
porque...
es en el centro de la ciudad,
Sí, yo
en
iba
el
a decir
viejo,
que...
en el centro histórico, digámoslo así, cerca al centro histórico más bien, es un poco más arriba. Es un poquito más al norte y un poco más arriba. ¿Qué?
Te fuiste por las ramas.
Sí, sí.
Está el centro. Es el centro.
No, es que dije
No,
centro
es el
histórico,
centro
pero no
histórico.
es
No es el
propiamente el centro
Es un
histórico.
poquito más al
Sí.
momento.
Pero entonces, pues hay zonas donde uno vive que va a ser más fácil llegar a esa universidad que otras zonas.
Sí, también yo iba a decir que es muy importante no, como que no se le olvide a uno el tráfico que hay en Bogotá,
Sí.
porque si uno toma la decisión de pronto de estar muy alejado, tiene que saber que el trayecto de ida y de regreso a la universidad va a ser muy largo.
Sí.
Entonces, y también si uno no conoce la ciudad, yo creo que sería bueno
Entre más
algo que quede
cerca.
más cerca, exacto, como empezar a familiarizarse con el trayecto de ida y trayecto de regreso y no como añadirle a eso, todo eso que se siente nuevo, un
Sí.
trayecto de hora y media y bus y transmi y pie y
De pronto por Teusaquillo.
de
o sea,
pronto.
desde
Sí,
Chapinero hacia el sur, yo diría que está bien.
y Mau está buscando como un apartamento solo porque yo sé que hay varios como edificios para estudiantes
Sí, se
cerca al
juntan
centro.
3, 4
Sí,
estudiantes.
no, pero no digo como roommates, sino que hay edificios especiales donde es como si fuera un apartamento, pero para estudiantes.
Son costosos
Sí,
normalmente,
no, pues yo no sé cuál sea el
Sí, sí.
presupuesto,
Me
pero estoy
acuerdo.
diciendo es que si de pronto está hablando de temas de seguridad y
Sí,
de pronto dice, bueno, yo prefiero invertir en algo así, pues
sí.
buscar algo así.
Y yo voy a decir algo. Pues he tenido la fortuna de viajar por muchas ciudades de este planeta. No hay una ciudad en donde yo haya sentido que no me van a robar. Ni una. Ninguna. O sea, bueno, de pronto yo estuve en Mónaco y eso es como de pronto en Mónaco a uno no lo roban. Pero, o sea, en todos los sitios en los que yo he estado, siempre uno se da cuenta que, hey, si no estoy como atento, me sacan la plata del bolsillo, me roban el celular, me sacan los papeles. O sea, para mí la inseguridad no es una cuestión de ciudades, es una cuestión de vivir en el mundo. Eso, honestamente, yo creo muchísimo en eso. Acá en Colombia, pues lo que pasa es que no se recomienda que uno salga caminando con el celular en la mano, o que uno saque la billetera así yo, por ejemplo, siempre cargo la billetera en mi bolsillo de adelante.
Pero
eh,
yo creo que, si no estoy mal, Mau nos había dicho que es de México.
sí, es lo mismo que México.
Sí, que yo creo que igual, o sea, así como uno se porta en otras ciudades cuando viaja, pues es lo mismo acá.
Sí,
Como que yo no,
es lo mismo. A mí casi me roban en el DF.
pues sí, no, y digamos, yo toda
Salí de un
mi vida
cajero y,
he
y
vivido
me
acá.
di cuenta cuando me estaban persiguiendo, y yo los volteé a mirar como diciendo, oiga, me estoy dando cuenta que usted me está persiguiendo, pero como que no los enfrenté de palabra, pero yo sabía, uno sabe del
Mm.
latinoamericano cuando están como, y eran dos manes y se pusieron así como medio, "Ah", y después como que se fueron porque empecé como a caminar así de espaldas como viéndolos como, y porque seguramente se han dado cuenta que yo era turista. Y ya cuando después se dan cuenta, yo creo que les hablé en español, yo no sé, de pronto les dije dije como
Es
algo
que hay gente que a ti
en
a veces te ve
acento.
y cree que eres
Sí, no, no, la gente piensa
como
que yo soy
de
gringo y que
Estados Unidos,
me voy
sí.
a pegar contra las paredes o me voy a tropezar con todo. Pero les dije como súper colombiano, así cualquier insulto.
Qué papá.
Sí, algo así, me dice el paisa. Todos los colombianos cuando insultamos sonamos así. Pero, y no, y yo creo que se dieron cuenta y fueron como, ay, no, no.
Em, a ver. mm, Carla Anglado saying, yay, I'm so excited. Pankernik dice, monopatín, jajaja, en mi niñez era al revés, patineta sin manubrio y monopatín con. Sí, es que yo creo que era así, mi coco.
No, no, no. O sea, no, te estoy contando, mi amor. O sea, esto no es de,
Es que yo había
de que
oído
en
también
pueblito
monopatín.
santafereño le decía, no, mi amor, el monopatín era una sola cosa y
Mm.
es que era un monopatín.
No, sí,
O sea, eran patines y este era un monopatín. Me
voy a
parece que
buscar.
esa palabra ya se fue.
Monopatín.
Para
Mira,
mí, para mí una patineta,
mira.
sí, pero para mí,
Monopatín.
bueno, pero para mí una patineta tiene manubrio. Y pon patineta. Bueno, monopatín sale un uniciclo, mi amor, entonces, mira, si ves, es como intercambiable. Pero en mi época podría llamar a mi hermana, decirle, de pronto se pone nerviosa.
No, no, no.
Sí, Catalina, está live. A Cata nunca lo hemos llamado. Ven a ver. Miremos a ver si se puede. Voy a llamar a Katica. Vamos a ver. Vamos a ver, vamos a ver.
No se va a alcanzar a oír. Tienes que poner el
A ver,
micrófono
un
allá.
momento. Katica está en vivo en el video, entonces mida sus palabras. Bueno.
Pero no se
Katica,
oye.
sí, 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 se oye. Katica, ¿cómo le decía usted a la tabla? O sea, la tabla, ¿usted sabe que es una tabla hoy en día o no? Lo que montan los chinos que le dicen una tabla. ¿Usted cómo le decíamos a la tabla?
La de los skaters.
La de los skaters, exacto. ¿Cómo le decíamos a la tabla nosotros? ¿Cómo? Monopatín, dijo mi hermana, gracias.
Y a la de manubrio.
Es que la de manubrios no existía en nuestra época. Cata, ¿existía una patineta con manubrios en nuestra época? Nunca, gracias. Katica, gracias. Solo. Alexito
Es que
tenía
no se
un
ven las
monopatín
rayitas.
anaranjado. Muchas gracias, Katica. Katica dijo monopatín. Gracias, Katica.
Chao,
Primera
Cata.
intervención en vivo en Our Painted Lives. Gracias, Katica. Chao,
Chao,
chao.
chao, Cata.
Monopatín, lindita. Monopatín.
No me muestra igual eso nada.
Monopatín. Pues sí,
Em,
pudo haber sido de
sí.
la casa Uribe, ¿cómo le decía eso? La casa, pero, ¿y en Pueblito Santafereño? Monopatín.
Ay, ¿quién llegó por aquí, monopatín. Venga. Hola,
¿Está diciendo me están dibujando?
llegó a la más linda del mundo, mi chilita. Mike Nonati
Ujú.
dice hola chicos.
Hola, Mike.
Hola Mike. Cachafaya was saying greetings y'all. ¿Cómo le va? Hola Cachafaya. Eh, Michael McEwen was saying, I think I remember the last dog you painted was a golden retriever. Can't quite remember.
Uh,
Oh no, it was the
no.
Australian Shepherd.
I mean,
Your
we had a
sister's.
golden retriever at
But you
home,
didn't.
but I don't think I
Mm,
ever painted Simon. That was his name. No, I painted
Tyson.
our basset hound,
Really?
Trapos.
I haven't seen that painting.
Yeah, I think Luz Denny has that painting.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Um, and yeah, Simon, I
Tyson.
never painted him. This is so weird. I never painted him, but I painted Pluto. I did a painting of Pluto as a puppy that I gave to my sister.
And Tyson.
And Tyson, Tyson. I've drawn and painted a lot.
And Chili
So,
too.
and Chili, of course, I've begun to draw and paint her, but I think yeah. No, so what you're remembering is probably like an Australian Shepherd, an Aussie Shepherd. That is, his name is Tyson. Yeah, so him, I painted in gouache. I've drawn him.
With the cono de la vergüenza
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
in the
He
sun.
had his
I remember.
cone.
Yeah.
The puppy, I painted him as a puppy. That I think is one of my best paintings ever. I feel. I don't know how I painted that. I still look at that painting, and I feel like I don't know how I painted that. It's very sensitive. It doesn't feel like I should be able to paint that. And I did a really nice drawing of him. It's almost like in my head. It's almost like a Fragonard drawing,
Mm.
a Fragonard drawing of Tyson.
Again?
Fragonard.
Mm.
Yeah.
Um,
Is it Honoré? Honoré?
¿Qué estás diciendo?
His name, Honoré. Yeah. Yeah, because it's Francois Boucher, Honoré Fragonard. Who am I missing? Oh, and Watteau. Watteau. What's it? Watteau's name? I forget what Watteau. Those are all the Rococo painters.
Mm-mm.
Oui, oui, oui. A lot of there.
No. Mm-mm.
Uh,
Carla Anglada was saying,
what's
Robin Sita, I hope all is okay with your puppy or kitty or bunny. So it's a puppy. I want to know, Robin Sita,
I
if
think it's
everything's
Bob.
okay.
Still think it's Bob.
Prince Barebones was saying Chili 2.0 is definitely better.
Yes.
And Marcelo, oh, I already read that comment. Liad was saying hello. Hey, Liad.
Liad, how are you?
Vadim Artamonov Chapenster was
Sí.
saying, yeah, it's a commission. I have to make a series of Gothic style charcoal drawings
Oof.
on medium to large canvases. I know that I have the skill for it, but the fear is still present. I never disappointed a client, but everything is bound to happen someday, and that scares me. Haha.
Well, but you said it. Everything is bound to happen someday.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't live your life thinking that everything is bound to happen someday. Yeah, well, someday we're going to die. I guess, it's bound to happen, right? But you still live and you still enjoy life. So, yeah, come on. No, just make it fun for yourself. Enjoy it. Push yourself while you're doing this work. Whatever it is that you got hired to do. Yeah, just enjoy it, dude. And you'll see that if you're happy with it, chances are that the people that hired you, because they probably hired you for a reason. They
Yeah, I
didn't
was gonna
hire
say
you
that.
like blindly. So if they picked you, it's because they already saw something in you that they enjoy and they want to see in their commissioned work. So just do what you do. Do your own thing.
Beshria. Oh, hi, Beshria. Was
Beshria.
saying, hello everyone, long time no see. Haha.
How is your grandmother,
How are you,
Beshria?
Beshria?
I need to talk to Grandma Beshria.
And Beshria was saying, oh my god, realizing how much I missed this. We missed you too, Beshria.
Yeah, I need
What
Grandma
have you been?
Beshria. I need to say hi to her. Please put Grandma on.
Elijah Kelly was saying, what's goody goody, guys? Hey.
Okay, that was kind of
Hey,
creepy.
Elijah. What's
Yeah.
goody goody, guys?
Yeah, that sounds like stranger danger.
Prince Barebones was saying, I remember in one of my drawing classes, we were a good way into a still life, and my teacher was watching me draw. I knew something was pretty off, so I erased a lot of it. She just said, good.
Yeah.
Haha. It was a good lesson in knowing that there is no shame in starting over.
No, never.
Jeff Akoff was saying, Danny, I love that you listen to Hidden Brain. That, along with 10% Happier, are my favorite podcasts. It's very good. I really like Hidden Brain.
Yeah, I used to listen to it. I have to say I don't listen to it. I listened to it for years actually.
I like it a lot.
But
Tachili.
but I haven't gone back to it. No.
You should. It's very good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like listening to that. I listen to, of course, Crime Junkie. I'm not going to say I don't because I do every day.
No, you and 100 million people
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
Earth.
I
My
listen
God, how many
to
people listen to that thing?
a lot. I think it's
It's them
Ma-
and like Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I think those are the two. Um, those are the two podcasts that the two most popular podcasts in the world. It's crazy.
so try to guess
No, I mean
each
it's
month.
insane.
So listeners per month.
It is. It has to be insane.
No, but just try per month.
I don't know. 40 million people.
No, 31 million.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's
I mean it's insane. I wasn't
yeah.
that off, but it's insane. I knew that it's just a ridiculous number. Jesus Christ.
Or even more, because here it says mm, Crime Junkie remains the jewel of her podcasting world with 10 million listeners every week.
Jesus. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How many could you go into their Patreon again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a patron.
I know, I know. That makes sense for you. You support them. That's fine. I mean, we should always support stuff that we love, so that we enjoy. That they work hard. They work crazy hard.
Yeah.
So
Um, I don't know if you can see.
oh, they turned it off.
Did they have it?
Yeah, at some point they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me check.
You can share it that info or you can't or you don't. Go down. Oh, nothing else.
Nope.
And their page that's patron page.
Yeah.
Yeah, they decided not to. When they don't share it, it's
They
because
have
it's
a lot.
way too many people.
Yeah, it says
But it's probably like Google
claim
it.
the podcast has 43,500
Jesus
members.
Christ. So let's say 40. Like let's round down to 40,000, 40K.
And
And what's the
the
lowest tier?
cheapest is $5 a month.
Jesus Christ, they make $20,000 a month
A month.
just
No,
on Patreon.
They do way more.
No, just on Patreon.
Yeah.
But because they're one of the most listened to podcasts, they probably ask for so much money in ads. Anyone wants to put their ads in
Yeah.
there. Like any person would want to put ads
And
there.
I think that, I mean, I don't know where I read that, but I knew that the tier of, I mean, they have $5, $10, and $20.
Oh yeah, this is at least 20.
Yeah, and I think that
20 grand.
the majority of the
What am I
people.
saying? No, 40K times 5, $200,000.
43. Yeah, you said 20.
I'm
and
sorry.
like,
No, 200K
Yeah.
a month.
But I think I was
Come
reading
on.
that the majority of the people are in the $10.
Yeah, so this is like minimum
Yeah.
200K a month. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, so I listened to that too. Um,
you contribute
I
to
contribute to
those
that
two
too.
hundred thousand to those at least
But
$200,000.
they're good at what they do.
I know
I
they're
mean,
the yeah they're probably the best at what they do and they deserve it.
and as you were saying, they work hard.
They work yeah
So
they must have a lot of people helping them out. I'm sure there's not. I know
no,
that the
no, they
core of
have
them
like
is two.
investigators and two.
Yeah, they
But
probably
I
have
have
to
to say
hire.
that they started
Oh, the two of them.
doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, both of them, and they do an episode every single Monday.
It's crazy.
Every single Monday.
Yeah, they need so much. Oh my god,
And if you're
this stuff is just falling apart.
if you're in one of the tiers, you get another episode a month more, and if you
Yeah.
go to the other one, I think you get 2 episodes more a month.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of work.
Yeah, they probably hire a bunch of people now. They need to.
Yeah, but they are the ones talking always.
No,
So
and
you
they
know
started
that
it.
they have to.
You know that the only reason they had to hire people was because they themselves were the ones that did all the work
Yeah.
at some point. So,
I know that.
no, I totally respect
I mean,
people that work that hard.
the host is Ashley Flowers and Brett,
Mm-hmm.
but Ashley Flowers' brother was the one that did the audio thing.
Oh, the producing?
Yeah, so it was like all.
Oh, it's all in the family then.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think we are never gonna go to the point. We're never gonna get to the point where we're that big. I
Oh,
don't think that's
no.
ever going
And
to
we're
happen
always
with
gonna
something like
be you and me.
yeah. And I kind of like that it's always gonna be you and me.
Well, we have someone else that we haven't told everyone, but
Yeah.
Chili's in
John.
charge.
Oh, sorry.
No, John's gone. Chili is in charge of shippings
Okay. So
once a
you're
month.
never gonna get your paintings.
I also listen to This American Life. I like
It's American Life.
some of the episodes of The Moth. They're
Mhm.
entertaining. What else? I don't know.
It's American Life.
Am
Chapter
I a
1.
glass?
Chapter 1. Chili.
Parrots.
Chapter 1.
Parrots
Chili.
and carrots.
Chili in the fridge.
No.
I when I listened to him more regularly, it was easier for me to. I could do New York Jewish voice. I could 100% do it.
No, you think you can do.
Oh, I'll do it. Right now I'm under a little bit of pressure, but I can do Ira Glass. It's so easy. It's super easy to do Ira Glass.
Rebecca
one.
Caridad.
He doesn't say act. He's like act. Act 1.
It's so relaxing. His voice.
Act
It's
1.
so
Yeah. He's good. He's really good at his
really
job.
good.
Yeah.
Rebecca Caridad was saying, "Hola everyone. Hey Rebecca, how are you?"
Rebe Caridad.
Jeff Avila was saying, "Did you see the video where Sean Lay completely redid the main figure in his new painting? Amazing."
No.
Was saying
No.
Jeff.
The which one, Jeff? Because I mean we have here. I don't know if you have it, Jeff, but we have here that enormous print that it looks like the Raft of the Medusa, but it's all monkeys. It's all those like what are those monkeys called? The red-faced monkey? Maybe it's called red-faced monkey.
I don't know.
That they're in the hot springs all the time. That yeah, he did a painting. You remember? I pressed it for like 2 weeks. Years like it has to be a while ago.
Yeah.
He's an Australian artist. He's
The
freaking
super big print.
yeah. And
Yeah.
it's a beautiful print,
Yeah.
but just like the frame for that would be a little expensive, I feel.
Yeah. Oh, but
So
it's so good.
we haven't framed it yet, but I have it, pressed. I pressed it for like 2 weeks with like a bunch
I
of
think more.
no, I think it was 2 weeks. A bunch of my like our heaviest books, and that painting also. He has videos where he has like these incredible monkeys painted in, and he goes like with these like in awesome barrels. Because I have no clue how he paints, no idea. This dude is like special, because I think he paints a mix from. He has to paint from reference, obviously, but there has to be a mix of reference and imagination.
Yeah.
And he's just, I mean, it is insane how good he is at like putting those things together. I've seen him do stuff that is Jeremy Geddes like. He kind of at some point he sort of looks like Jeremy's work when he tries to be somewhat
Is it
photographic, let's
Geddes
say.
or Geddes?
Geddes or
Get
Geddes, maybe
Geddes? I don't know.
Geddes. Yeah, well, somebody can correct this. It's Geddes.
Yeah, but I don't know how
Yeah,
to say
Jeremy's
it.
work is incredible. He's
Yeah.
he's the dude that does the floating astronaut. I'm simplifying it, of course, but
Yeah, but it's
floating
amazing.
astronaut in like exploding building or something like
Yeah,
that.
with some
He's
pigeons
yeah,
around and
pigeons. Yes,
yeah,
yes. He's
it's very good.
he's
Yeah.
fucking amazing. He's a fan of us.
Really?
Yeah, he asked for a painting.
He's
We
an
sent him he
OPLer?
bought
No, how
he
do you
bought the
say that?
book and commissioned a portrait.
Oh, that's so.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
super
I
cool.
remember.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Super super cool dude.
So kind.
Um yeah, but this dude Sean Lay is that talented also. Super intricate paintings, very specific. I think he probably has to be like very anal about painting. I'm sure he's like obsessive compulsive and because it just doesn't I don't know, you kind of have to have that personality to do what he does, like those changes that he does. It's almost like the painting is perfect and he's like, No, it's just no."
It's
And then
not
he
there.
covers
Yeah.
everything up. He's like super no, 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 and he covers everything. It's like, "What? What did you do?" Um yeah, but he's a crazy painter. He's a crazy good painter. You guys should check cuz I can't recommend that print enough. Um, it is gorgeous. It is
Yeah. And
absolutely
as you were saying, the
gorgeous.
quality of the print is
Yeah,
amazing because you can see the whole details of it.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
not
and
like,
we could never buy the painting. The other paint, the original painting is super large. It's probably like I don't know, $50,000, 60,000.
mm,
I don't know how much it sold for. I'm sure it sold.
but we're
Whatever
happy
it sold,
to enjoy the print.
yeah, whatever it sold for,
Worth it.
it's ten
Yeah.
percent of what it's actually probably worth because he painted that thing for years.
Mm.
So I don't know, I don't know what he does for a living, if he does something else or how he makes a living, because he's very slow, very meticulous, very capricious in a great way in the sense that he'll repaint and repaint and like it's not about painting it as good as he can paint. It's just about painting what he wants to paint.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's like a painter, like the great definition of painter. Um, yeah, that dude is like all my respect. I know that he sent a painting to the Meam because they were having a show that I have to be honest, I declined um, uh,
Your
being there.
participation
But
in it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm still not in a place where I can be comfortable with their manifesto because they have a manifesto. So I'm still not in that place. I wish them the best. I was super respectful with what I wrote to them, and I wish them the best. I think it's a beautiful space for sure.
And I think they did answer very
Very
kindly too.
nice. Yes,
Yeah.
very nice. Very nice.
I just wanted to see mm, if the print was in the web page
Was still
still.
available? Probably
Yeah.
not. It was a numbered. He
No.
did a numbered edition, so
No, so there's this one, which is
that one's
great
like very
too.
Jeremy. Yeah, Jeremy Geddes. So all the
Yeah.
people like
The
taking,
pigeons too.
yeah, pigeons like flying out of this sort of, it looks like
Balcony.
a balcony from a museum, like a Louvre,
I was gonna say it looks
balcony.
like a balcony of Succession, but and
Yeah,
this one, this is
yeah,
the other
yeah. That's
print.
the one he was showing at the Mam with the lady.
But also, it looks like a very cool print. I
Oh,
mean,
it's gorgeous.
look at the size, the
Yeah,
quality,
it's gorgeous.
and if the quality is anything near
Yeah, ours
or
was
similar to the
beautiful.
one we have,
I mean,
it's
it's the best.
amazing.
It's the best. It's the best thing. You know, um, I actually love that the printing industry advanced so much. I mean, look at James Jean's like prints. It's their art in and of themselves. I mean, they're getting more expensive too, but because I think James's prints can go up to like $800, $1,000. Esau's prints can also go for like a pretty big price. Esau Andrews's prints. So
Yeah, but I mean, you see James Jean's prints,
oh, he's pushing printing for
and
sure. Yeah, they're insane.
yeah,
They're insane. Like he is pushing the technology of printing. He's
yeah.
going hand in hand with the technology of printing, which I think is like freaking amazing for an artist to do that, to be
Mm.
able to be that person. The same way we were talking about, Craig Mullins,
I
Dave
was gonna
McKean in
say that.
Photoshop.
I mean, I think James Jeans
What
is
James is doing for
pushing.
like the printing industry is insane.
He's
Like,
like seeing all the tools he
yeah,
can have, how he can get the most of the tool he has,
yeah, or they're
and he's
yeah.
just like,
These presses are probably like, James, we could do this like weird relief foil, like, I don't know, whatever pearlescent thing now.
hmm,
Do you want to try it out? And he's like, oh, let me see. Let me design something so that we can take advantage
yeah.
of that thing that you can now offer. So yeah, it's crazy. And plus, he does this,
But look, for
but he
example,
also
this
does
one,
like woodcuts,
yeah.
like traditional ukiyo-e. Like that is James is
So for example, I saw this print in, it's in
yeah,
Artsy, and it's $1,990,
yeah, yeah. I mean James is
and it
he's
was an edition of 10,
oh okay yeah that's a because he usually just
edition of 100. I'm sorry,
yeah, and even that's small because he'll usually what he does is how many people print nowadays, which is, hey, we're gonna print as many
like
as you
on
guys want.
demand. Yeah,
Exactly. So he opens it up for like 24 or 48 hours.
but I mean, look at
If
this.
1,000 people buy it, then he makes 1,000. Yeah, that's like a textured,
It's like a gloss
varnish.
varnish. Yeah, but
Yeah, it's
look at
crazy.
this
I know the seals, the little what do you call it? The
stamp.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
beautiful.
nuts. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's it got to a place obviously that I'm guessing the fact that James is just so well known now and all deserved, but also that the production of these things has to be expensive. It has to be very expensive.
You know,
So how much is that
this
print?
one was, this is very old.
Yeah, that's
This was
process
like
resales.
my, yeah, this was my screensaver from my phone when
Yeah,
I was
that
in
one.
high school. No, when I was in
Yeah.
the university,
How
maybe, I don't
what
know.
year is that? Does it say the year? Well,
No.
it's just that was a drawing. That was like a painting or a drawing. I don't know.
Let me see, maybe it says um no, I can't see. No, what? This one says 2022. So I don't know if it's like
Oh
a
no no no.
re-edition.
Yeah no. Or the print is like he made a print out of that original.
Yeah, but this one's for
But the
4K,
yeah 4,000. Yeah
4,200.
yeah yeah. I mean it's every time I talk about James, it's like he deserves everything.
Yeah.
He's you know.
So where were we? Olguita Maria Benninghoff
Mm.
dice: Hola Nicolás, Dani. Hola
Olguita.
Olguita. ¿Cómo está Olguita? Cody Winnicky was saying, the only time I ever cropped a drawing was when I had really firm grasps of the portrait and sort of just did the rest of the drawing with no plan or idea. I cut the portrait out and threw the rest away. Liad was saying, when I'm at work, we have to keep the aspect ratio, but I constantly have to rearrange and recrop things. Digitally, but in painting, I never do that. Digitally, but in painting, I never do that.
Yeah, there's something nice about just committing to something in a drawing or in a painting. It's just I don't know. It's something beautiful about it.
Mm, Bartolomé de Bosch. Bartolomé de Bosch.
Uh huh.
I'm trying my best, Nicolas.
No, I think it's good. I just loved your pause. Bartolomé
No, because I said
Dabash.
Bartolomé and it's Bartolomier.
Okay.
Bartolomier.
And what's the last name or the
Dobosz. The
Oh
Bosch.
yeah.
The Bosch.
Dobos. Dobos.
Bartolomier Dobos.
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 Yeah.
Who's saying the loveliest pup. Oh, she is. I mean, look at her here. She's just perfection.
Yeah, well she's very cat-like. I've accepted this sadly.
Sadly.
Well, you know my feelings towards cats,
No,
which are
but
fine.
but you love her so much.
Of course, yeah.
Dana.
She made me reconsider my aversion towards cats.
Dana was saying, our planted lives. Oh, that was
Oh, that was
better.
so better.
Yeah.
Ah, see, we
Cody was
need
saying
people.
Dana, nice. Yeah, that
Nice.
was good. That was good.
We need
Nicolas,
people. This is why we need people.
one was terrible.
I
But
mean,
that was good, Dana.
uh,
Sergi Arts dice, hola, ay, qué lindo el dibujo de Chili. Espera, ¿se escribe Chili o Chili con Y? No,
Chili.
Chili sin Y. Chili.
Pero nosotros hacemos como la equivalencia con chili pepper, que sería doble L. No importa.
Sí,
Al
pero
final, todo está bien.
pues, pero si es como si te dicen cómo se escribe tu nombre, pues se escribe
Sí,
Chili.
chili es chili. Este es su nombre original, es Chili.
Y Sergi dice, ay Nico, olvidé comentar ayer lo mucho que disfruté la nueva Spider-Man, todo un hito
Oh,
de la animación, que ganas
monstruos.
de la siguiente del año que viene.
Sí, monstruos. Uy, unos
Sí, a
monstruos.
nosotros nos encantó
Qué
también.
barbaridad. Estoy mal. Hasta quería hacer, Sergi. Estoy en la cabeza queriendo hacer a...
¿Volver a cine?
No, no, ¿sabes por qué? Porque
A ver si
prefiero
como maíz
esperarla.
yo, por
prefiero,
fin.
prefiero esperar a que salga y la vemos acá. Es que a mí me gusta y quiero comprarla. Yo tengo...
¿Y hacemos maíz ese día?
sí,
¿De caramelo?
no.
Sí. Y de sal, si quieres.
mm, voy a decir lo que iba a decir.
¿Qué ibas
Eh,
a decir? Perdón.
no, quería hacer como un Spider-Punk, un hobby. Quería como hacer un fan art de él.
Ah,
Porque he
chévere.
pensado y él es como en la peli, porque es un poco distinto a los cómics. Los cómics no tiene como tanta personalidad como la tiene en la peli. eh, pero en la peli es un personaje fantástico.
Mm,
Y
fantástico, ¿en serio?
pensé de dónde salió este personaje. O sea, estaba como tratando de pensar como si yo fuera diseñador, que obvio no soy, pero pues me encanta como pensar como los que sí son diseñadores y hacen la cantidad de cosas tan bárbaras que hicieron en esa película. Mm, y pensé que era como, el retrato es muy Basquiat, pero como Basquiat y Jimi Hendrix. Es como un Jimi Hendrix así menudo, como,
A mí,
pero Sid
100%
Vicious.
Basquiat. Creo que
Pero Sex
nosotros.
Pistols 100 al 100 obviamente, porque es punk
Mm,
de británico. Entonces Sid Vicious al 100, Sex Pistols al 100. eh,
Basquiat al
sí,
100.
pero y el retrato es muy cool, como Basquiat cool. O
Mm,
sea, es como... Entonces en mi cabeza dije, uff, esto es, esto es Sid Vicious, Jimmy, Basquiat. Y entonces pensé mucho en eso, pensé como en la mezcla de todo eso, cómo empujarlo como hacia algo más, porque es que el estilo de él también es súper como, bueno, es que yo tampoco puedo pintar con estilos y obviamente la manera como él está resuelto se presta resto para cosas digitales. Porque él como que vibra, él siempre como que hace boom y vibra
sí,
y
y como
tiene
de blanco y
como
negro a color y
contornos
cosas, sí,
distintos,
sí.
es súper, es una locura. Entonces pintar, no sé, toda esa peli está más hecha como para un artista urbano, como para hacer vainas con aerosoles y plantillas y vainas así re cool. Pero para pintura tradicional es como difícil, pero estaba pensando como en un diseño así súper angulado, todo, o sea, punk en la manera como, digamos, Ashley Wood es como medio punk, en como traza y como dibuja. Sería chévere. O sea, a mí me encantaría ver cómo Ashley hace a los personajes de
Muy
Spider-Verse.
chévere, deberías hacerle.
Sí,
Chévere.
pero eso, lo triste es darse cuenta como, no, no puedo.
Pues, pero
Soy pésimo
tú
en
eres
eso.
el primero en decirle a todo el mundo que lo haga.
Soy pésimo en eso.
Hazlo tú también.
De pronto lo hago, pero como para mí, si queda chévere lo muestro. Pero es que la vergüenza de, bueno, vamos a hacer a hobby y hacemos un desastre. Con tantas cosas tan chéveres que hay de ese personaje y uno hacer una versión patética, no. Qué rabia.
Vete, pues, chilanga. Um, Catherine Bremski was saying late to the party, but hello everyone. Hey Catherine. How are you?
You're not late. Don't worry.
No, you're very late. No, I'm joking. Mariana was saying, my first and only time watching the live while it's happening. Hi, fellow Colombianos.
Uy,
Hola,
Mariana.
Mariana. ¿Y
Arroz
Mariana
con pollo, ajiaco,
de qué parte
empanada.
de Colombia es? ¿Y dónde vive ahora?
Es como aquí al lado de
Sí.
ustedes. Soy del edificio, soy la que saca a la perrita.
Flora. Eh, Jeff Acuff was saying, more growling and purring, this que puring, today.
Yeah.
Beshria was saying, oh my lord, my heart, and some crying emojis. Thank you so much. Grandma Beshria is doing well, haha. I'll be sure to let her know you said hi since it's currently 3 a.m. here. I hope
Wake
you
her up.
guys have been doing well too, and congratulations on the new addition to the family. Chili is absolutely adorable. Oh, she is.
Wake her ass up.
She is.
I need my grandma Bestria.
So it was actually long time no see, Beshria, if you haven't seen Chilita before. She's all grown now.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like.
I have to say, Bestria though, OG fans.
OG
Yeah.
Beshria, OG OPL, yeah.
Bestria, Robin Sita, Rosalind Sita,
Roya.
Roya is
Liad.
crazy. AG, Liad, very much
100%.
OG.
AG. Cody too.
Yeah, Codicito. Yeah, no.
Jody.
Jody
Jody
Sita.
Sita.
Yeah, quietly.
Please. Yeah. Nate. I mean, we could name names here. Yeah. Rob McG was saying,
Mhm.
so happy I just got off work in time to catch some of this. Hi, Rob. We're happy to have you here too. What? No, I was gonna say, what do you work on? But now I just feel like I'm
No, maybe if you
What
want
do
to
you
tell us,
work?
if you want to share,
on if you want to share. And if you don't, tell us
get the hell out of here.
what's your favorite meal.
What? Those are the options?
Yeah,
Either share
or
or
share.
tell us what you're eating.
Yeah. Guy Bailey was saying, just joined the channel. Good evening here from the UK. I thought you were talking about Guillermo Lorca. His work is crazy good.
Oh, yes.
And the juxtapose of animals figures is brilliant.
Yes. Not sure in reference. I think Guillermo Lorca also has a painting at the MAM right now.
No, but I think it was when you were reference Jeremy Geddes.
Oh, okay.
Because we were saying about the pigeons, maybe. Oh
Yeah.
no! When
What?
we were talking about the print with the monkeys,
Oh, yeah. No,
I think
no.
it wasn't that
Yeah.
time.
Oh, you should. If you like Guillermo's work, you should check Sean Lay's work.
Mhm.
He's tremendous. He's a brilliant painter.
Mariana was saying, Daniela, what did you think of Succession? Oh, we both really.
Oh, yeah.
Liked it.
Is it too soon, right? To say
So I'm not
anything,
gonna
maybe?
spoiler anything. I'm just gonna say we really liked it.
Yeah, I was fine with.
I
I won't
liked the
spoil.
ending.
I liked it. I really. I mean, it's one of those things that I'm sad because I'm not gonna have this thing that I really liked. So it's gone.
Yeah.
But I was like, I was perfectly happy with how it left.
But also, it's those times that it's gone, but it's like it was for the best. Because
yeah,
if they stretch that, then they can ruin something that was
I would
very
have.
great.
Yeah,
so.
thinking retrospectively, I don't think. I mean, I just think they said goodbye on a high, and I there's nothing cooler than that. Nothing.
Cody was saying, no spoilers. I need to finish
No.
it. No,
So
we hate spoilers here.
yeah, and it's a series that we really like. So
Mariana dice, jaja, soy del Valle del Cauca, pero vivo en
Mm.
Estados Unidos. Mariana ha ido a Sevilla Valle.
no todo Bayuno va a Sevilla Valle.
Sevilla
Lindita.
Valle.
No.
Eh,
Digamos que no es una visita obligada, Lindita.
Bueno, respetas a Sevilla Valle. Has
No,
estado
no.
con los chistecitos, pues.
No, pero estoy diciendo, no es una parada, de pronto es una parada técnica, es una parada para echar gasolina.
No, no hay bombas de gasolina. No,
Sí.
mentira, sí hay, obviamente. Liat was
Una.
saying, hi, chat. Carla Anglada was saying, hi, Liat, how are you? How are your kitties? And Liat was saying, Carla, I'm slowly getting better. Kitties are good. How are you? Were the kitties, were they, ¿cómo se dice enfermos?
No, I
Were
think
they
those are
sick?
two separate
Oh,
questions.
so how are you and how are the
Yeah.
kitties? Okay, okay.
What's the other's name? I know Dresden. What's the other's name, Liat?
Gustavo Segovia dice, buenas Nico y Dani, los escucho mientras trabajo y miro cuando puedo.
Don Gustavo.
Bueno, eso está bueno, Gustavo, que se concentre en el trabajo también.
Sí, una fábrica ahí de al Homero Simpson.
Johnny Matatiao
Johnny.
was saying, hey Danny and Nicolas, beautiful drawing.
Thank you. Yeah, long time no see, Johnny. How's the beer going? The
Carla, oh,
Matatiao beer.
Carla was saying, I'm so glad you're beginning to feel better and are healing, Liat, and that kitties are good. I'm feeling fine. And Liat was saying, oh yeah, I saw Across the Spider-Verse. It was really good. I loved the art style. I had an issue with certain aspect of the story. I wasn't happy about the ending.
Yeah, my son was like betrayed. He was like, "What?"
I was
I loved it.
I like it. I like
Yeah.
to be like that cliffhanger so you can like
Yeah.
wait
But by the way,
anxiously.
that's I don't think that's a spoiler. And I was like 40 minutes before it was finishing, I was like, this is not
Yeah,
like this
I
is
also
so
thought this is
not.
not
They're
gonna
not
get
going to be able to
solved.
wrap this up.
No.
Um so it became kind of obvious, and I think it's kind of well known now that it's a movie that doesn't, and it doesn't end on like something super.
It's not like a closing. It's
No, no, and it's nothing quite like. I mean, it does have its own kind of thing that it's pretty cool. So I won't like spoil it for anyone, but I wouldn't say it's on the level of like Thanos' snap and like people turning to dust. Like, no, no. So the way Infinity War ended, no, no, I wouldn't say it's quite that, but
no, but we're not gonna spoil.
no, no, no,
So that's
no,
it.
yeah,
I'm just scared to spoil it to someone.
no, and it's a very. I think it's a movie that everyone should go see. I just think
It
it's a
was
like a
really good, yeah.
visual.
The
You know,
light.
yeah, yeah, and it pushes the animation industry forward. Whatever, I don't think like technology necessarily is what pushes animation industry forward. I think traditional animation is one of the most beautiful things in the world. In fact, the villain Spot is animated super simply. Like his whole body, you could see the construction drawing like underneath his body. It's so cool that they did like such a basic animation for his character. Um, but I really do think that this is like it has to be one of the most visually complex because it has to deal with so many styles. It has to be one of the most visually complex animated movies ever. I'm not saying it's gonna be cult level, like Akira level of just the most you know the the best animated movies ever, but maybe with time when you see the whole series, maybe it's like, oh shit, that was really really important. You know what I'm dying to see?
Jesus.
The
Oh,
uh
sorry.
the uh the Ninja Turtles one.
Is it gonna be animated also
It's
very
kind of like this. It's obviously sort of post Into the Spider Verse. So
yeah.
the 2018, is it 18? No, 19?
19 maybe?
No, 18
No?
maybe.
Let me check.
Yeah, 20. I think it's 2018. So yeah, I think that movie made a ton of people change the
Yeah,
way
that
they
one
saw
was like
animation.
the
Yeah,
starter maybe.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That and let's remind ourselves that came from Mielgo, and Mielgo is just a genius in that industry. He
18.
Yeah,
2018.
2018. Yeah, I remember that year. But Alberto Mielgo is like he is the person behind the way Into the Spider Verse,
Was
yeah, the design behind
yeah.
what it looks like, that's Mielgo. That's why when you see Love, Death, and Robots,
Yeah.
his shorts, and the one he did for I mean, it's a terrible game. What was it called? Watch Dogs. He directed a short for Watch Dogs. Oh my god, it's so fucking it's Mielgo. It's like 1,000% Mielgo. Obviously 1,000% like um Into the Spider Verse. Um, but I think I called Multiverse Spider Verse a while ago. But anyways, um, but he is the person. He is the person behind that, and I think he revolutionized anime like the animation industry. He's just a genius. He's like a goddamn genius. So, but but the Ninja Turtles one, um, it's grungier if that's even possible because there's so much kind of like urban like flavor to Across the Spider Verse and Into the Spider Verse, but the Ninja Turtle one feels like looser. It just feels like really kind of almost like there's a rushed style to it that is so fucking good. It is so I don't know, 1980s, like early 80s New York. It just feels like it makes sense for that movie. Uh and it's kind of looser, so they seem to be able to take chances that and because it's a smaller movie, well, smaller I'm guessing in like in budget and in the people that worked
Well, but
in
if you
it.
think Marvel budget,
Yeah, Disney budget against
always
Nickelodeon budget.
yeah.
I'm sure it's not even comparable. But that movie looks so fucking rad. It looks so I think it's going to become like a cult classic movie. It
When is
is
it out?
I think next month,
We should.
something like that. Oh, we
I
should.
don't know
Yeah,
if
I'm
you're
not
gonna be here,
yeah, next couple
but
of
I'm
months
gonna
for
wait
me.
for you so we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
see
yeah.
it
Yeah. But it
because it
looks
sounds very
so
interesting.
oh, it looks so fucking good.
I mean, I really love when you can like enjoy a lot of the art of a movie.
Yeah. That
So
I think
good.
that movie's going to do a ton for Ninja Turtles cuz it's almost like a new I don't know, there's going to be new kids paying attention to the turtles plus people that are probably not my generation. I was a little bit older for the turtles when they came out on TV, although I really like them too.
No, and I used to like them too. I mean, in my
There's been turtles for like all generations. Like they've
and
made so many shows.
turtles are my favorite animal.
Oh, there we
Well,
go.
chili is my favorite animal, but my favorite species are turtles.
Species, yeah.
Species. So I remember when I was a kid, I enjoyed the Ninja Turtles a
Yeah,
lot.
this one it looks a lot like the Spider-Verse movies, but in a great way, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Chili. I don't know if people can see, but she's streaming. So she was
Ah.
like moving her paws. I was trying to record a video, but she
Oh
woke
yeah.
up because she was just like doing like this.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
sky walking, air walking. I don't know how to call that. Um, let's see. So, Carla Anglada was saying so much fun. I'm excited to see Spider Verse. Carla was saying sweet chili and a heart. And Carla was saying, do I get a cita? A cita? So like a
Carla Cita?
oh, so Robin Cita. Yeah. The thing is that Carla Cita wouldn't sound well.
Carlita would be.
Carlita would be yeah.
Yeah.
So the diminutive of Carla
Yeah.
would be Carlita, because Carlacita sounds
Yeah, but you know what my father used to tell my mother? Um, carne. My mother used to say carnecita.
carnita.
And my dad used to be like, "Why are you adding esita? Like it should be carnita."
No, I always said carnecita.
But I
I
think
think
everyone says carnecita.
I think carnita is very Mexican.
Very Mexican, yeah.
Yeah. Carnitas.
Yeah, but it's the one that makes sense actually.
Carnecita. So
Carnecita
it's gonna be
makes no
Carlacita.
sense. Carlacita?
Carlacita.
Okay, we
as
can add,
in
yeah.
reflection.
Yeah.
Carlacita. It's it
Let's
just
make
makes
it
sense.
official. Carlacita. And heart.
um the other question is, do you do the cita with an S or with a C? Because I've seen that
That
discussion
is
too.
that is My go-to is always S.
Me too.
But
And I know that there's people that are like, why are you doing it with an
yeah,
S? It's with a C.
I think the S only should be there if the original word has an S. If not, it always has to be
With the C.
CITA.
But for me, it's weird to put
No,
the
for me this
C.
is
For
the
me,
right
it's
way.
an S. Yeah, me
Like,
too.
who cares? Honestly, that's not right.
No.
I would never write it with a C, even if that's the way it should be written. It just doesn't make sense to me.
No, for me, it says.
So I'm sorry, language.
But
You
I
don't make
prefer
sense.
the S.
Yeah.
Um, Liad was saying Dresden, Winnie, in parentheses, winter, and
Oh, nice.
Misu,
Oh,
tiramisu. So,
tiramisu.
so Winnie is really winter, and
Okay.
Misu is tiramisu, and the dog is wizard.
There we go.
And Liad was saying, not to ruin it for anyone, but I hated the cliffhanger ending, and I don't see Spider Man as such a follower character. He goes with his morals, but they made a lot of them just fall in line. I don't know. I mean,
But let's not
agree.
discuss it. Let's try to like not
No, no, no. I
discuss
was
it.
gonna say just agree to disagree in that case because I really liked it, but I can't discuss it more because I don't want to.
Yeah, we'll do a spoiler cast a couple of days from now, weeks,
No,
and a couple of well,
don't spoil it.
well, if you call it like spoiler cast, it means that
I don't
people
know what
already
that is.
know. Oh no, so it like a podcast, but you spoil stuff. So if you say this is gonna be
Spoil
a spoiler
stream?
cast for
No, but
Succession,
it's a stream. Spoil stream.
but a lot of people listen to us and not really look at us. So I don't know.
Ok. Mario León dice, ¿qué más? Tremendo dibujo. Y yo sé que no spoilean, pero lo silencié porque me quedan 2 capítulos de Succession.
Ah, no.
Saludos. Les recomiendo una serie animada cortica que se llama Ranking of Kings.
Uy,
Toca verla. ¿En
Mario Alberto
dónde?
lo va a
Ah, bueno,
buscar.
no, pero si nos silenció.
No, yo la busco, Lindita.
No nos debe.
Yo la busco. Tú sabes que para mí es un reto encontrar cosas.
Mi amor, pero además tenemos como 100.
Sí, pero es que Mario debe tener
Plataformas.
Crunchyroll.
A ver, voy a mirar en dónde está.
No, mi amor,
Ranking of Kings.
yo
No,
sé.
pero si es como ahí está en HBO Max, pues lo tenemos. Ranking of Kings. Creo que Crunchyroll.
Sí, entonces tranquila, yo me encargo. Yo me encargo, Lindita.
Yatuki001. is saying,
Yutaki.
Hi, Nicolas and Danny. Hey, Yatuki, how are you? Liad was saying, didn't they kick out the guy that did the style that Spider-Verse is
Yeah.
based on?
Well, he quit. Yeah, they didn't kick him out. It's just that he's been open about this. And you know what? I feel super proud that when I write to him, to Mielgo, he always writes back. He's fucking like I'm super starstruck. Yeah, the dude is like a genius. So he's always super nice to me when I write. No, but I've never like discussed like, hey, why did you quit? No.
No.
But I know that
Well,
he was
don't be atrevido.
no.
I
But
mean.
he was open about it. Like he quit because he wanted like his vision for that movie was way darker and way like just edgier
Yeah, I
than
think
what
we've
it
talked
became.
about this. I remember that.
And Sony wanted like movie for kids.
Yeah.
And you can tell that Mielgo does animation for adults. Like,
Yeah.
that is his thing. He's super sexual, super violent. Like he loves that shit.
Well, I mean, if you've seen Love, Death, and Robots, you
Yeah.
kind of know
Oh yeah.
the type of things
Oh,
he
yeah, yeah,
likes
yeah,
to do. So.
So he loves that stuff naturally. And in his painting, he's very erotic. Like he's very sexual even, I would say. Instead of like erotic, it's like straight out sexual. With a lot of his like traditional paintings. Yeah, but he's been super open about why he left.
Mm-hmm.
And you could argue that it was the best thing that had happened to the movie, but I would say that he did his part, which actually influenced like the whole visual style of the movie. And and then he knew better than to say, well, this isn't quite me, I should stick to it. No, he was like true to what he believes in, and he left.
Yeah.
I think that that's also super cool.
Kay in Maine was saying, "Hello everyone. Chihuahuas are so cute. They are. And the sweetest of them all is Chilita, our chili. You can see her here. She's like staring to the camera.
Is it too confusing, the drawing? I'm really
Not at
worried.
all.
No,
No, I love it.
there's so much mark making going on.
No,
But I
I love
kind of
it.
like that chili is in some way going to be sort of camouflaged, like in this paint, like in this whole setup.
Also because of how you were describing how she sleeps when I hold her, which is very true. I mean,
Yeah,
you use the word nesting, and
yeah,
she does. I mean, she kind of, if you could see her right now, let me move a little bit. She just like rolls, like
yeah.
she,
Perfect size.
yeah, no, but she, sometimes you can see part of my arm, but you
Yeah,
can't see the whole arm. And then you see a little bit of chili, a little bit of me, a little bit of chili. She like fuses
yeah.
a lot. So I love that. And she looks very comfortable. I love it.
Love elite.
I love it. Gade Gaby dice, qué precioso está quedando. ¿Te pasa alguna vez que el dibujo queda tan lindo que preferís no pintarlo? Sé que pintando va a quedar increíble también de todos modos.
Em, Pocas veces, porque normalmente si quiero resolver algo en dibujo, como que ya me mentalicé que va a ser un dibujo, que lo que esté haciendo va a ser dibujo. Entonces, lo trato un poco distinto si siento que debo como resolverlo como dibujo. Eh, entonces, pocas veces digo, ay, no, prefiero dejarlo así. Entonces, si quiero algo como un dibujo, como que la aproximación, incluso desde el comienzo, es un poquitico distinta.
Catherine was saying, hi everyone. Congrats, Carla Anglada. Officially, Carlacita.
Yes.
And Carla was saying, hi Catherine, and some heart emojis. I kind of feel special now.
I mean, family.
Carlacita.
It's like a Godfather
And hey,
thing. Your
Catherine.
family.
Mario León dice, si quieren les paso el crunchy, solo le tengo un tele.
No,
Ay, ese Mario es todo
no, no sea tan
amable.
lindo, Mario. No,
Ay,
no,
no,
no.
tan bonito Mario. Igual Nicolás tiene las herramientas para
Sí.
encontrarlo,
Las herramientas y la baja moral, la
para
baja
encontrarlo.
ética.
Frankie was saying the relaxed vibes emanating from the paw captured perfectly. Yes.
Yeah, this dangling paw is
Yeah.
like, that was the reason for doing the painting.
And the cheek that goes into her body.
This
That
one?
one? No, and the other
I
one.
love this one.
That one,
Yeah.
that's the one I was talking.
And
The one
this
that
one
goes
is-
into her body.
This one is so fucking cool because it's almost like one big. I mean, it has to break so that you can get her what's this called again?
El
Snout.
hocico?
Her snout, yeah. You have to get that and then break to the lower mandible, the mandible here. But
Snout.
yeah, but that one I freaking love. Those little, that little moment I freaking adore. So
Yeah, and she especially, I mean, because of the way she sleeps, she just like melts.
yeah.
Sometimes she even has like a double chin,
Oh yeah,
which
yeah.
I love so
I
much.
always pull her chin.
Yeah,
It's
because
so
she just
cool.
like melts her head into her body, and sometimes she has this double or triple chin.
Yeah, I
which
always push that.
love.
I
Yeah.
always do that with her. Like, oh, look at this double chin.
Oh yeah,
I
she's
do
so
that, or
beautiful.
I Wolverine her up.
Oh yeah,
I'll
the
take all
hairs.
the hair that she has on the sides, like these little bits of hair, and I just puff them up. I just bring them to the front, and she looks like feral.
Yeah, I remember my mom told me like, "Oh, and are you supposed to do like a haircut to her? Like all the little hairs from her ears and from her face?" And I was like, "Mom, I'm not touching those ever."
No, no,
I love
those are
her
amazing.
Wolverine hairs.
Yeah, she looks like she could take on anything that she would. She's like, okay, I'm going down.
But she
Like,
could
I'm
take on like
unafraid.
a grape. I
I'm
mean, she's
unafraid.
tiny.
But yeah, I'm surely like This other dog is gonna beat me, but I'm unafraid. When she gets like Wolverine phase, yeah, she's. I would trust her to defend me, but not be really good at it. But I would trust that she would, try.
Um, but if the other person has pollito,
Pollito.
pollo, then
What?
you lose. I mean, if she's gonna defend you, but someone offers her pollo,
Oh, okay.
you
Oh my
lose
God,
then.
I was thinking who's Pollito? Like,
I don't want to say it too loud because then
oh
she'll
no. Oh yeah, just throw a piece of chicken
that's
at her, and she's like,
a
everything's lost.
trigger. Yeah, that yeah, that's like her favorite thing, like
Oh yeah, forget it.
boiled chicken breast, bread. She also loves bread.
Yeah, she's now my family,
Yeah,
part of my family. She's a bread eater.
and she loves Greek yogurt, which you
Okay,
don't.
that's not even. I mean, this is introduced last week. You
No,
can't just
2 weeks
say
ago, and she loves
no.
it.
Oh God,
I mean, you can get introduced into something and
I
really like it.
know, but
So,
I don't know. I don't know, Daniel Lira.
you know, she loves it. You just don't like that she likes it. So, you have to accept it, Nicolas.
Greek
And
yogurt.
Kay in Maine was saying, this drawing is so good. Thank you, Kay. And Kay was
Thank you.
saying, will this be painted? Or
Yes.
will it just be this adorable drawing it is?
Okay, that was conditioning a little bit. Thank you for making me feel bad if I say yeah, I'm gonna
Or
paint it.
it just be the adorable drawing it is, they were
Well,
saying.
hopefully it's gonna. Um, well, I always think that things lose something when they're painted. I mean, they're supposed to, I guess, but they also gain stuff when they're painted. So hopefully we're gonna try to honor the fact that things are gonna get lost because that's inevitable, but we're gonna also embrace what all the goodness that hopefully is gonna happen when it's painted.
Mm,
And if it's not as good, well, we always had the stream, and we can say, well, look, there's a thing that exists that shows um, what this thing looked like when it was a drawing, and we can enjoy that, and that's fine.
Catherine was saying, this drawing is awesome. Chili is really the cutest hang dog. In quotes, hang dog. What is a hang dog?
Hand dog?
Hang. Como de colgar? I mean, I guess they're
Yeah,
saying it because she's hanging.
or maybe she's like one of the small dogs that you can kind of carry, and
Hang.
yeah,
H-A-N-G.
yeah. I don't know the term. Yeah, I don't know
But,
every term.
I mean,
Daniel Lira.
if it's chili and cutest, yes, she is. She's so sweet.
I
Mm,
think I'm done, Daniel Lira.
Sergi Arts, un momentito, un momentito. Dice, ¿cuál sería la versión de Sergio? ¿Sergiocito? No,
No,
Sergiecito.
porque es Sergiecito.
Sergiecito.
Sí, pero Sergi me gusta.
Sí. No, 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 que cuál sería. Si uno le pone el cito, como hablábamos, cito, cita,
Sergito Papacito.
pues
Esa es la mía. Me la puedo guardar para mí.
esa es entonces Sergi. Carla Anglada was saying, yes, you can feel the light weight of her in Danny's arms and the gentleness of that relaxed paw. Yes. I love
Awesome.
it, Nicolas.
I like it too. I think it's gonna be a cool painting. If I don't,
Possum.
I'll possibly
Possum.
ruin it.
Possibly
It's possible that I
a
ruin
cup
it.
of water.
Oh
No,
my
I
God.
just
Where
went
did
to the
you?
other side.
How did you go to that? From that to that? No, Jesus Christ.
I was,
From Long Island to the island of Britain.
yeah.
Terrible.
From Long Island to
No, from not even.
Nottingham Forest.
Oh yeah, not this, please. So yeah, I think we're good. I think
Yes.
we're good. I
I
wanted to
love it.
concentrate on the drawing, just getting some of the gesture. I'm obviously going to respect the gesture. If anyone,
What?
yeah, we could do this. I mean, this is a new liquid, but we could do this. So this is what I usually do. What I'm doing right now, which is kind of weird, and I think I'm going to do it for this one. So let's do this. So I'll show people what I'm doing with my like some of the drawings that I've done that are kind of mixed media. that I retouch, that I end up retouching with paint.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I do. This is a industry secret.
This is a
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
this
trying
is
to
a
trying to build it up. To
this is
build up
a
the stupidest thing that people shouldn't do, but I do it because I think it looks cool. So what I do is that I take
I think
my
es de nuevo.
I take my yeah, yeah, the other one's like over there at the table. I take my liquid, I take a moppy brush, and I seal my drawing, you know, like that.
Why did you want into your Bob Ross voice?
Oh, you little rascal. You little rascal. Come here, you little rascal. So, there's so many reasons why you're not supposed to do this. So many. And they're so obvious that we shouldn't really get into them. Like, why technically you shouldn't be doing this? Oh my God. You could write books about it. Books, I'm telling you. But you know what? We're doing it. So who cares?
So while you do that, I'm
Yeah,
gonna read some comments.
please.
Frankie was saying nothing in this drawing says forced. All of it, in all caps, says chillax.
There we go.
Gonna be a favorite of yours.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't jinx it, please.
I mean, it has chili. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
No, but I think I can make a nice painting out of it.
Cody was asking, is chili bilingual? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, her commands are in English. It's shorter.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Mm,
I think it's very popular here. A lot of people here in
or in German.
in Spanish speaking. No, we don't say Platz or like
No,
stuff
no,
like
in
that.
German, I heard people here in Colombia
Yeah, yeah,
telling their animals, and
yeah,
it's not because they know German, but because the word is short.
yeah,
I mean, you can say sit, or you can say sentada, or siéntate, which is super long.
yeah,
So it's easier.
yeah. Sit and stay are like
And down.
they're just quick.
Those are the ones she knows. Um, Kay in Maine was saying, whether you draw or paint it, it will be so good, which is why we're here, because you're an amazing artist, and a heart emoji.
Oh,
Aw,
that's
that's so
super
nice,
nice.
Kay.
Yeah, thank you.
Carla was saying, I do love your name, Catherine. I find your name elegant and strong.
Mm.
Ooh, Catherine.
Yeah.
Katarina. Uh,
Catherine Zeta.
Catherine was saying, because she always hanging, it's a strict translation from Dutch. Sorry for the confusion. Oh, don't worry. I'm always lost in translation, so I tend to do those translations from Spanish that I think that everyone's gonna get,
Yeah.
and not even Nicolas
No, I
gets
have no
them.
idea what you've been saying for the last hour.
Yeah, who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Liad was saying, why don't you use acrylic binder instead of liquid?
Oh, because it's plasticky. Because acrylic. So there are reasons for this godforsaken, sin that I'm committing here.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So I used to do the same thing I'm doing, and just apply 2 or 3 coats of transparent acrylic binder. 2 3 coats in the front, 2 3 coats in the back, just so that it's stable and it doesn't buckle as much. Paper ends up buckling though. That's an annoying part of that whole process, because I don't usually do what you're supposed to do to ensure that it doesn't buckle, which is you're supposed to wet it first. So I would have to seal my drawing, so spray it, with fixative, and then you could get a spritzer and just like spritz some water on like a big enough table, take the excess off, and then you apply the once you blot it out, you apply the binder. And what that ensures is that um, the paper um, kind of dries as it shrinks. It's also drying, the acrylic binder that is now part of like the fibers that have opened up and are ready to receive all that binder. I just don't have the patience to do all that. Like that is the way to do it. That's why if you've seen Stephen Bauman stretch paper, which is actually really cool, um, I used to do that, years ago with Willie Chahin.
Mhm.
We stretched like a big ass. It was that one was super tough. We had to put it. We had to use like the whole model stand because he
Mhm.
printed in like this industrial size like Xerox copier, and we had like a really big print, and we wanted to stretch it on stretcher bars, but
Mhm.
it was just like printer paper,
Yeah.
and I was like super like worried that it could tear because as soon as it gets wet, like if the paper's not strong enough, it just all those fibers just stretch out and they just like they're bound to tear. And we were able to do it. We had like a tiny tear, but we were able to do it, and it was amazing because we did it just to do it.
Yeah.
And he was like, I mean, there was a practical reason of doing it, but because he ended up like painting on top of the drawing, and it was like super on top of the Xerox, and it looks so cool. Like if you've never, it's so sad that Xeroxing stuff just like a forgotten art, because if you did like a small drawing and you blew it up on a Xerox, it looks so
Yeah.
freaking cool.
Mhm.
Like the grain of your strokes, they all look so good. So he wanted to maintain that, but also paint on top of it.
Mhm.
So it's really good. So we actually stretched it, and we applied acrylic binder to it,
Mhm.
and it was like, again, not 100%, but it is the largest drawing. It's the largest piece of paper, and a very flimsy piece of paper that I've ever stretched, and it went as good as it could go. So stretching paper is always like wonderful. It's a little scary, but once you realize that paper is very very strong, you're not super scared of going through it. But yeah, but you're supposed to wet it and blot it, and so that the fibers open up, and it kind of expands, and as it's contracting, as it naturally dries, then it's also drying. Then the acrylic binder is also drying. So that way you don't get like waves and you don't get buckles. Like the whole paper is drying at the same time. Um, but that's the way you ensure that you're doing it properly.
Yeah. In
I just
the
don't have the patience. I just don't. I can't. I can't be bothered. It's just too annoying. I just always, if it's buckled, I just tell people like, oh, just press it. Press it for like 2 weeks under like some weight, and it'll be fine. Um, but yeah, but I used to do 2-3 coats front, 2-3 coats back, and the thing is, acrylic binder is still acrylic, even though you would be using it as a sort. Let's call it like sizing the paper. It's sort of like a sizing, but also priming at the same time. But um, it's still very much acrylic, and acrylic, as soon as you apply like enough coats to really protect the paper, it just becomes plasticky. So it becomes very, kind of smooth,
yeah, and the
and
feeling of it
yeah,
when
it
you
just
paint is way different than
slippery,
yeah,
very very
and
slippery.
plasticky as you were saying. It
Yeah,
feels
yeah.
very plasticky.
So, in my dumb brain that thinks about things in a somewhat logical manner, but um, I realized, well, all I need to do is like, you know, kind of uh, protect this drawing somehow. So I just need to isolate it, so that I can then be somewhat comfortable while I'm painting over it. And a couple of months ago, I started doing this thing where I would brush liquid onto the piece of paper, which is obviously very bad because liquid is not a resin that it's an alkyd resin that um it can't be reverted. when it dries, it actually changes its composition. When it oxidizes, it doesn't just make a skin, it actually changes. And when it changes, it dries to this, very I don't have like an old cap with me here to show you how it
Do
dries,
you
but
want me
it
to pass it,
no, it's
hand it
okay.
to you?
It's
I mean,
okay.
it's 2 steps
It's
away,
okay.
like 10, but
Oh, if you want, let's show people then. I don't know if this one has it because this one's like newer too. But I'll show everyone if what happens with alkyd medium once it dries. Okay, so we have a little bit. So we have this little gunky, piece here. Let me see if there's more in the cap. So you can kind of tell what it does. And the reason it's doing that is because I always pour it on the cap and then I do that. So it's bad practice, but who cares? Um, so you get this, which is a very, I don't know if people are seeing it, which is a very,
yeah, there is.
it looks like dry oil, the way, when oil oxidizes and you get like this kind of little thin layer that peels. It also shows you how tinted it is. How very golden, kind
Yeah.
of yellowy it is. There's not enough data for us to know how much more it's going to yellow through time. Remember, this is alkyd mediums are maybe 40 years old,
Hmm.
a little less than 40 years old. So we haven't had enough time to see if, and we would have to assess like, okay, did this yellow because it was used properly, because it was used improperly, because it was used with other paints, with certain substrates,
And if
like,
it was exposed to
yeah,
sun
how much
and
sunlight, how much
temperature,
air, how
everything,
much
yeah.
humidity. We need, honestly, sadly, we need over 100 years, 150 years, I would say, to really understand how something will begin to behave with the passage of time. But what we do know is that when it dries to something chemically that's different than what you have in the bottle. So when it comes in contact with oxygen, it just changes. Uh, and when it changes, it's not reversible. Like we can't dilute it with anything that's like kind of almost like a noble um, solvent. And that is something very problematic with painting because the cool thing about natural resins, like Damar varnish, for example, is that you can see restorers then, find the solvent and you'll see them with a Q-tip, and those are all the videos that everyone loves. They just, they have this like, soot covered painting. Um, and suddenly they take this little Q-tip and they start rubbing it, and then suddenly all these like beautiful colors appear underneath all that soot. Now the bad thing about me is that I love soot. So if we have to start somewhere, is the fact that I love dirt. I love when things get dirty, and I'm not saying like my home,
No, and you
but
were saying I love
I
soot, which is
yeah,
sounds.
I'm like Pigpen, in Peanuts. So I like it. I like the natural sort of progression towards, things having a patina, through time. I think patinas are an expression of time, and I love time. So I would never ever try to like change that. I just, it doesn't make sense in my brain. And because I've understood that about myself, and I actually like that about myself, and by the way, this is not novel. There's cultures around the world that would never, clean silverware, for example. It just doesn't make sense. For them, it doesn't make sense for things like they don't equate shiny with pretty or with newness. So I love that. Now, there's a bad thing that's happening, that it's this sort of yellowing, very harsh agent, let's call, alkyd medium, that has now seeped into my paper. So it can ruin the fibers of this paper. It can actually make it eventually weaker, because it's going to eat it up from the inside. I guess that's what's going to happen to the paper. But I'm also kind of thinking strangely that, and this is me just being super ignorant, but the paper becomes way heavier when I do this. And if I do 2 coats of this, for example, because like I just applied like a heavy coat of liquid, I would say it's touch dry right now. It means that all the fibers in my paper have absorbed the liquid, which is crazy how fast it happens. Like liquid is supposed to dry very very quickly, like overnight. Thin layer of liquid, it dries overnight. But it's not supposed, like, this is crazy. This is, how fast it just gets absorbed. It's insane. So it's kind of binding with the fibers, I feel. It's kind of really getting into the fibers and binding with them. And I just feel like eventually it's going to become almost like a piece of parchment, kind of like this yellowy mess of like parchment and pulp of like, I'm sorry, of like alkyd medium and pulp. And it just becomes this very strange thing. Will it yellow more over time? I would say there's probably there's an enormous probability that it does. That some people are gonna hate that, and they're gonna be like, that is horrendous. Not me. If you've ever seen old illustrations that were done on paper or cardboard or illustration boards from like, early 20th century, if you've ever seen original comic book pages from like, the 50s or the 60s, and how they look now, the 70s, how they look now. They're yellow. They're so yellow because nobody cared about acid-free paper back then. It wasn't even like a thing. Nobody said, "Oh, this illustration board, it's acid-free." It's like, "Oh, this is just cardboard. This is just like a board. Who cares?" Like nobody cared how things were produced. Nobody cared if things were meant to like last forever. I was telling Danny that a lot of the original comic books are so expensive. Action Comics #1, Detective Comics. Where when Batman started, and the reason is that like, there's no artwork for those comic books. Like none of that exists. They threw that away. They thought the artwork was like garbage. It was just nobody cared to ever think of those pieces of art as things that were meant to like stand the test of time. They were just like comic books, or it was just, and I love that about it. So, we we only started to get original, art later on, much later on. And even those, like if you see a lot of like Neil Adams original art, or Kirby, whatever survives of Kirby, the pages are so yellow, and it's so awesome because the places where they would put white out, they're still white. So the white at that moment must have matched the tone of the paper. But now there's such a difference between the yellow paper and the white out that it looks so fucking amazing. They used to glue shit to the paper, so or they sprayed it with something. So now there's like tons of like patches of glue in a lot of those pages, like crystallized glue. It is so horrible, but it's so amazing. I love it. I love the look of those old pages. So when I notice that about myself, I notice that I don't care about those things. Like I actually seek those things. But the thing is, to seek them artificially, I think it's like cheating. Like I wouldn't like stain my paper with tea and then rip it and then pull it together. No, no.
Which is fine.
It's fine if you want to do that. I get, that's just like I guess those all those device, like trying to tone something artificially. It's just a device. It's just a way of reaching something superficially, and that's totally fine. But what I want is for my drawings, paintings, whatever, in 80 years to look fucking amazing. And in my brain, what that means is that I just I've told you this. I'm gonna repeat it for as long as I as I can. But I think that if I could see my work in 100 years, I would like it even more. If I was able to see it, I would be like, that's what I wanted to get to.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly what I wanted. So I think I'm going to love it. I think I'm going to love what this, concoction is going to look like eventually. But for now, what it does, it binds liquid to the fibers, and it just makes the surface, it does seal the surface, strangely. This does become, again, kind of parchment-like. So my brush does glide a little bit more. It does. It doesn't. I mean, it's obvious, right? If you have this super fast drying thing, and you're applying it to your paper, and it's still a gel, but it's very much so like it's going to behave like a liquid. So paper is going to absorb it very quickly, and it's going to dry very very quickly, just because it's getting absorbed at such a high rate that you are sealing your paper. You're essentially sizing your paper. You are not protecting it, but you're sealing it. Uh, and so you can't expect to have the same. So I can't expect to have the same kind of grungy, scratchy quality that I adore from painting on raw paper, because I love when I paint like that. The same thing that is happening now with the liquid happens with the oil in the paint. That the paper just grabs all the oil from the paint very very quickly. So I get this very sculptural kind of feel to the painting when I paint directly on paper. When I apply one coat or two coats of this liquid, it starts to lessen that absorbency, that natural absorbency of the raw paper. So it's not quite the same, but I think it's amazing. I don't know. Um, I think it's nice to do stuff like this and to think, well, I wonder what's gonna happen. Like, I don't know. And I'm very open about it. So a lot of people think this is irresponsible, but that's why we have a channel, so that everyone can see how we're painting something.
Yeah.
And when we put up paintings for sale, it says oil on unprimed paper. Like, if you read what it says there, that's exactly what it means. So I think the people that know what we do, they know what to expect also. So I don't know. One of the things that I'm looking forward to, if I grow old, I hope I grow older. I'm already old, but is to see what happens with some of these works on paper. I would be super excited to see, and it would be very boring. Could you imagine if they just look the same?
No.
Like, well, what can I live? Like 40 years. Let's say life grants me 40 years. But if 40 years from now, I look at this thing and I'm like, I don't know, looks the same.
No, because you liked it
It's
when
kind
you
of
painted
depressing.
too.
That is
So
kind of
it's like
sad.
maybe it will just need a little more time,
Yeah.
and you would just have the idea of it.
Yeah. That's when you have to tell me.
Well, if it needs
You
a
have
lot
to
of time, it's
pray.
not that
That's how we communicate.
praying.
Or Ouija board.
No, I would
You could be
never
like,
do that. I would
you
be
could be
so
like,
scared. No,
it yellowed.
no,
And
I
I'd
would
be like,
never do
fuck
that. No,
yeah.
no.
Carla Cita.
No. So yeah, that was it.
Yes.
For today.
We're done. We're good. We're done. Yeah.
We're good. We're done.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go to take
To
Chili
bed.
for a walk. And that's it. So remember, we have a webpage.
She wants to give her she wants to
Say hi to the
yeah. She was jumping up my leg. So she wants to see it. She's like, "Okay, let me see.
inspected Chili.
That's off. That is off. This sucks." Yeah. D minus. D minus.
So yeah, we have a webpage. It's urpaintedlives.com. There's where we post every single painting and work we do. So if you like something and you would like to,
I have a question.
I can't
I
pay
have a
attention
question.
seeing that sweet
Excuse
face
me.
over
In
there.
back, I have a question.
Are you done?
Do you
I
not,
need to pee and
do
poo.
you not care about the longevity of painting? I'm sorry. I have a question. I have another. I have another question. Sorry.
Nicolas Chili is so tiny. Look at the
I
like
know.
the little
It's
face.
almost like 1-to-1.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
It's
almost
like
1 to
almost
1.
1-to-1.
Yeah, she's so beautiful. So yeah, I don't remember what I was saying, but we have a webpage if you want to check it out, and maybe sometime if you want to acquire something that we do.
Did somebody say acquire?
Yeah.
Did
Chili, do you
somebody
want?
say acquire? Because she's a Chihuahua. So.
It would be there. She wouldn't talk like that. Did somebody? It would be more like that. Did somebody?
What is she from Queens?
Did
No.
somebody say
Somebody-
acquire?
Did somebody
I don't
say
know. I'm thinking
acquire?
Gloria
No.
Pritchard, but that's Colombian.
No.
So, and we have Instagrams. If you wanna,
Yes, we do.
so if you wanna check those out, if you like chili,
Yes, we do. Like, a follow, and
I
subscribe.
yeah, and
Ring the campanita.
I upload a lot of chili content in my story if you wanna check those out, and you do upload some things of her too, drawings, paintings,
Yeah, we'll see how this
and
painting goes.
that's it. So thank you everyone
Thank you.
for joining us, for being with us, and for loving Chilita.
Last question. I have a last question.